It's actually that's the biggest drama in the office today.
I like that you busted out the shepherd's pie on the day it's the most full the office has been since COVID. Like you're like it's not. My biggest qualm is it's not shepherd's pie weather at the moment. PFT.
I had a shepherd's pie last week. It's not like I brought this in for the first time. I love shepherd's pie. I eat it all the time.
It's a great meal. It's a great dish. Hey, it's a weird lunch. It's a weird lunch dish, and you know that.
Especially on a Monday.
What is
shepherd's pie?
That could be
I can't eat shepherd's pie on a Monday.
That strikes me as a Friday.
Not Friday. It's certainly not Friday. It's Wednesday.
Get the fuck out of here with
you eat
Friday.
A shepherd's pie on a Wednesday because you need it to sustain you to the end of the week. Yeah, that's when you eat a shepherd's pie.
Arian, a shepherd's pie it's like a meat pie, so it's got either ground lamb or ground beef. This one had ground beef. It's ground beef, peas, carrots, some mushrooms, a delicious burgundy sauce, and then on top of that, you've got a layer of mashed potatoes. So it's just mashed potatoes and meatloaf, pretty much.
It's a poor Irish meal. It's when you take everything that you have and you throw it into a dish and you bake it for 45 minutes.
That shit got peas in it. I'm not a peas.
You can switch up what vegetables are in it.
There were peas in this one. I'll admit that.
It looked really good.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Shepherd's pie is delicious for what it is. It's very good.
Everybody was roasting me on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's cold in that office typically, so I'll give you that. You're in a cold enough environment. I just think this time of year, it's a fall winter meal. It's very hearty. It's like lunch. You should be napping right now. You shouldn't be about to do a 3.5 hour podcast.
It look like what they eat at Castle Black.
Right? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's an old poor Irish meal. That's exactly what it is.
Well, that's why I sent Mad Dog downstairs to the store to pick up some coffee drinks to get me through this bout of the itis that I'm about to face through the shepherd's pie. So let's see what she got. I just told her to get a grab bag of coffees. We got a Starbucks cold brew.
I got one of everything.
Black unsweet premium coffee drink. We've got a Monster coffee drink. Sweet black cold brew.
I'm sorry, what now? They make coffee?
Sweet black cold brew. Nitro infused coffee. Strength is 4 out of 5. That sounds pretty good.
That might be like how like a Tootsie Roll is not actually chocolate. It's just chocolate flavored whatever consistency a Tootsie Roll is. Like that Monster making coffee it's energy for sure, but it's just coffee flavored energy.
No, it says ingredients nitro infused cold brewed coffee is the first ingredient, and then taurine.
Is that all one word? They may have invented that specifically.
They might have, yeah. So Big T, would you want this?
Absolutely not.
That psyched me out. I thought he was going to say absolutely.
Wait, what is the coffee
No,
for?
I don't like iced coffee to begin with. I certainly don't like it from Monster.
Why? But
whoa!
Why do you need somebody?
I had a big lunch, and so now I'm going to get sleepy. So
got it.
And he
had a lunch like he just tilled the fields for 7 hours. That's the lunch he had.
So I asked you to get a bunch so I could share it. I wanted to share the coffee with you guys.
Oh, thanks.
So which one do you want, Big T? I've also got 3
I don't like iced coffee.
Versions of Dunkin' iced coffee, French vanilla, mocha, and I think that's regular. Yeah.
You get 2.
So you don't want any?
No, I'm a hot coffee guy.
Mad Dog?
Can you name the Dunkin' flavors again?
Mocha, original, French vanilla.
Can I do the French vanilla?
Yep. Oh, that was dangerously close to spilling Liam's water, or the water onto Liam's.
So cold coffee is a thing.
What?
Are you just now? Hang on. Am I here for the moment in his life when he's learning about iced coffee?
Yeah, you're here. I didn't know cold coffee was a thing. I thought it was hot.
So it's not just you. Wasn't there another athlete? I think Nick Van Exel just found out about iced coffee last year.
Yeah, he did. He did. He tweets about it all the time.
I tried coffee maybe once or twice. I've never taken a full drink of coffee.
I would argue iced coffee is now more popular than hot coffee.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's a city
Wills debate. That's
a city suburb thing. I would feel like.
You think?
I think so.
You think suburbs are big on ice?
No. I think cities are big on ice. I think suburbs are hot coffee people.
Red America versus Blue America.
Yeah, I think that's.
I actually think it's an age divide more than that.
That's interesting. That's another interesting.
I think
theory.
young people are very iced coffee, and then like my dad would never ever drink that.
I think that's a good point. I think you're right there.
Avery, do you want some iced coffee?
I'll try the Monster.
Oh, let's go.
That feels dangerous.
It's game day.
It is game
Oh,
day.
Arian, weren't you talking about going to the Starbucks in Seattle all the time?
Yeah, it's a bar though. I was just gonna get wine.
I guarantee they have iced coffee.
So in
I'm not. Coffee is disgusting.
in
I don't disagree with
2021,
Worst.
they did a earnings report on Starbucks, and it says more people are drinking iced coffee beverages than ever before. They're massively outselling hot coffee in the U.S.
Wow. The
It's a
tipping
cold
point.
brew boom.
I mean, you go to
Used to
Starbucks,
Be
they
a
have the
proper country.
they have the one kind of hot coffee, and then there's like 19 different styles of iced coffee.
What's the switch? I'm curious as to like why are people like now like the hot coffee? I'm kind of off. I want it cold.
I think iced coffee just tastes better.
See, I think it tastes way worse.
No, like cold brew, I think tastes better.
It's
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
it's completely dependent on mood for me. Like I'm not even talking about weather. There are days when I wake up in the summertime and it's going to be 80, 90 degrees. I'm like, you know what? I want a hot cup of Joe for breakfast this morning. And then there are days, actually plenty of days in the wintertime when it's freezing cold outside and nothing hits the spot like a nice dirty chai latte poured over ice.
I think it's insane to start your day off with hot bean juice. Like, I think that's insane, especially hot. Like that is not a way to kickstart a morning. That's insane to me. That, like, I get why they had to do it back when, like, the 1930s. Like, I get why people were drinking hot coffee then. To still be drinking hot coffee in 2022 is insane to me. We have so many other options.
Bean soup is what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just like sometimes I want hot coffee. Sometimes it's nice.
I almost get it. I think hot drinks are bizarre. Like, people who are like, oh, you can't drink hot coffee in the winter, or iced coffee in the winter. You drink every other drink cold in the winter. Why would this be different? But yeah, I don't understand.
What do you think about
Okay,
hot
well,
chocolate?
I would prefer chocolate milk or like a frap.
On it's December 16th.
Okay.
You're walking through Bryant Park, Winter Village. You want chocolate milk?
I mean, no, that wouldn't be. None of these would be like one of my first options. Like, I'm just not a hot drink guy.
I mean,
Like,
I would never drink. I would never drink a hot chocolate between the months of January and October. But
sure.
like,
Yeah.
but like a
January
nice,
is much colder than December.
yeah, but it's pure. It's really just a Christmas thing for me.
Christmas drink.
Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the idea of like an Italian espresso after a meal makes more sense to me than starting your day with hot coffee.
Is there a difference between cocoa and hot chocolate?
I don't believe so.
No, it's
If-
just what you call it.
If it's cocoa to me, that seems like it's more of a like authentic, maybe South American version.
Ooh.
The hot chocolate, I'm thinking just Swiss Miss. Oh, Billy's here. What's up, Billy?
What's up, guys? I'm on my way. But I feel like people use hot chocolate because chocolate is a more of a proprietary term. So you could get away with not having cocoa. You know what I'm saying? So like you could have artificial chocolate flavoring in a cocoa mix, in a hot chocolate mix. But since it's called hot chocolate, not cocoa, I think it's one of those words you can get away with. You know what I'm saying?
Billy, can you ask the cab driver if he's a hot coffee guy or an iced coffee guy?
Are you a iced coffee or hot coffee guy? I'm a iced coffee, hot coffee guy.
Oh, it's Billy. Oh, it's Billy driving. Billy, you're breaking the
At
law
first,
right
I
now.
thought he was in the front seat of the cab. Which
Yeah.
would be
Yeah,
a
that
very
was-
Billy move.
Is that even allowed?
No,
Not anymore. I think there was a time you could.
Billy's not allowed.
I always get in the front seat.
Do you really?
Yeah, I used to.
That's weird.
Well,
That's
like I
unusual
don't like
behavior.
the dynamic of being in the back.
That's the better dynamic.
Yeah, that's
No, I want to be in the front. I feel like a child in the back.
Billy feels like a beta riding in a taxi.
Yeah. So, Billy, you don't like being in the backseat because you're not in control. Now, if you were to ask a cab driver, like, would you prefer that this stranger sit right next to you or in the back seat? They'd probably be like, no, put him in the back, please, 100%.
Well, it changes up the dynamic. I mean, sometimes these cab drivers, stuff goes awry.
What are you in the movie? What's that movie with like Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise?
Collateral.
Yeah. Is that what's going on? Like you're a hitman?
Kind of.
Even he sat in the back.
That's true.
Are you
That's
allowed
actually-
to be on the phone while driving in New York?
No, super illegal.
Oh wow, Billy's indicting himself right now.
I think that's illegal everywhere.
Yeah.
Also, this Monster coffee thing, it just tastes dangerous.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
monster lifestyle.
I don't know if I'm about it. I love coffee. I don't think this is safe.
Billy, I need you to drive yourself to the closest precinct and turn yourself in.
It's just on my lap. I'm not. It doesn't have my hands. Like you're allowed to be on the phone while.
Yeah, and like 5 seconds ago, you were holding it up and then
That's what I
showing.
said. Like we literally have footage, bro. Like
I don't know what you're talking. That's you're illegal.
Eric Adams is going to make such an example out of you.
Yeah,
just said, how was it illegal?
this one right here, sir.
The DAs nowadays in all these major cities, like the guy who attacked Dave Chappelle, isn't getting a felony charge. So, like, there's no rules. The only people who there's rules for are people who thinks there's still rules, but there's no rules.
So,
so let me bring me up to speed on that because I missed that whole wave.
Oh boy.
Some random dude tried to run up on Dave Chappelle, try to tackle him. He had a fake gun that was really a knife. And then he got stomped out by a ton of security and allegedly
Buster Rhymes and Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. I'll beat the shit out of him. And then Chris Rock popped up and grabbed the mic and said, "Yo, is that Will Smith?" And everyone laughed.
yeah, so he got the shit kicked out of him, and then he got arrested, went to the hospital, but apparently they're not pressing charges. And Arian, I saw the look on your face when he said it was a gun-shaped knife. Yeah, you heard that right. It's the dumbest invention maybe ever. It looks
Disagree.
it looks exactly like a gun, but then it turns into a knife. So it looks like a more illegal weapon than it really is.
Correct. And got that through security, which it's come out today. It's the same security as the people at the Astroworld event that turned deadly. Which is, people are going to try and connect those dots. Security everywhere is bad. Security, no, those people, gun knife.
Yep, that's
what
it.
don't you get?
Dude, the thing about the gun knife, it looks like a pistol with like a mini bayonet. That's the best way to describe it.
There's no
understand.
worse
So
way to try and stab someone than like this. Like
Yeah.
it's the worst weapon I've ever seen. It's so cool to look at, but to put it in use, it would not work.
I'm also
So dude
very
ran up on the stage with the gun knife.
Yeah.
He didn't use it. He
No.
just tackled him.
he just tackled him. He never drew the gun knife. So they found that on his person after they tackled him.
Did he have like a political reason? Like, was he martyred? Like, why did he do it? Did he
So
say?
I've done some research on the guy. I don't think it was politically connected whatsoever.
Oh, it was.
Was it? Because I know that he's like he was a MAGA Trump rapper.
That's what I meant. Yeah. How is that not political?
But no, that's
Oh,
just like what he was in the past. I don't think that the attack on Dave Chappelle had anything to do with his political ideology.
That part, I think that part's fair. The story originally, though, was that he tackled him because he is standing up for trans people. People just immediately ascribed that theory to him.
Yeah,
So when-
That's what I thought when I first heard it. I was
Right.
like, oh, it must be like a transgender.
And people just immediately assumed that became the story. And then 2 seconds into looking into this guy's past, it was like, oh no, this guy would never have those thoughts in his life. That's where it's like I don't know if it's political or not.
But I like Dave Chappelle isn't. I mean, I don't think he liked Trump, but I don't even think he was like anti like banging that drum like that. Maybe I need to double back on Dave's.
Yeah,
But it just don't make no sense because the last 2 or 3 specials I've seen doesn't have very much Trump.
no,
material
I
in
don't.
it.
I don't think that like Chappelle is he's not a Trump guy. I wouldn't say he's just like trying to tell jokes, and sometimes they rub people the wrong way, and sometimes his targets of his jokes get called into question as to whether or not he should be focusing like that much time as a comedian. But that's what he kind of like chooses to do.
I mean,
I do think it's interesting that like anyone who's like Chappelle is not transphobic at all. It's like, well, he probably could have taken, maybe just like 5/6 of his material to be about transsexuals instead of all of his. He seems to like really have a thing for talking about him a lot. But again, that's kind
He
of like
does.
you can debate whether or not the judgment of like who his targets are, how funny that can be. I think he's still very funny. It's just some jokes are funnier than others to me, and it's like we can have that discussion whether or not that should be. But I don't think that it's not fun to talk about comedians and be like, here's all the ways that I'm not going to write like a verbal think piece about every single Chappelle stand-up thing. I'm just going to listen to it and be like, was that funny or not? And I think that for the most part, he's been pretty funny.
He one of his more recent stand-ups, I mean, he didn't drop any for 20 years, and then he dropped 7. But it was the one he was performing at Radio City. This was probably like 2017, late 2017, so it probably got released 2018. The entire thing was one long punchline about how the country needs to respond to Trump being president. So it's not that he avoided Trump by any means, and he certainly came out against Trump. I don't
think this has anything to do with Trump. I think the guy's just like looking for attention, and like that's why it kind of sounds like you tackled him. Like, because if anything, Dave Chappelle could probably be ascribed as being a Trump allower. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the opposite of what I just said.
I know, but I've watched a bunch of his specials, and he wasn't like pro-Trump, but he was kind of like, like rational about the whole thing.
He compared it to Emmett Till, like in his special. So that's I don't understand where you got lost in that translation.
Yo, what is a Trump allower? What is?
I don't know. He's just like,
Run that by me.
Like he's one of these people who, like, understands that, like, I don't know. I think he's not like one of these just crazy anti-Trumper. I mean, can we stop talking about fucking Trump? He's not even president anymore.
Okay, well, we're talking about the guy that attacked Dave Chappelle.
We're trying to solve a case here, Billy.
Yeah, come on, Billy.
I know, but I don't think that has anything to do with like politics.
Well, it might, but it might not. We don't know. I was just saying, like, it might just be a guy that's crazy, like the guy that ended up shooting.
He's
Reagan.
got a gun knife. I think we can call him safely crazy.
I don't think gun knife guy can have a political ideology because, like, I think he's really was just inspired by Chris Rock, saw all the media attention that got, and he wanted to do a copycat thing, and like.
So wait, he was inspired by Will Smith, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's going to be a floodgate of people just like attacking their favorite comedians.
Yeah, I mean, we knew this was going to happen.
Did we?
That was yeah.
Who amongst us didn't see gun knives coming?
Tom Segura. No, we knew that comedians were going to be attacked.
I don't think we knew that.
I got to be honest, you're the only person I've heard talking about this.
Tom Segura, all of them were like, yeah, well, now someone's going to try to slap their favorite comedian, or like we're now like that. They all said that.
Well, that's because comedians, by and large, are very, very narcissistic. And so they see something happen and they're like, now it's over. That's going to happen to me now. Like, we're the last real truth tellers. And I like comedians. They'll probably admit, like, yes, most of us, by their very nature, they have to think a lot about themselves and make themselves the protagonist of their own realities because guess what? That's where their material comes from, talking about their everyday lives.
Solid.
I love
comedians.
Right there.
They also love coming out and talking about how big of pussies they are. Like, and I love stand up as much as anyone on the planet, but that's every comedian. Like, I'm not tough. I'm afraid of everyone. I'm a loner. I'm constantly thinking about myself. Like, that's stand up comedy.
I love
that's what they say. Like, that's what they talk about.
I
and
love
it's why it's
imagining
funny.
these people who have been buying tickets to comedy shows and they're like, I really want to just go tackle this guy right now. I really wish Will Smith would set the precedent for me. Like, I just can't do this until someone does it at the Oscars.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, that is Dave Chappelle was not the first comedian to get attacked. He was not.
It did happen.
He's not going to be the last.
Listen, like, one thing that I feel like is slip people's minds, and they probably still exist in the South. Bars used to cover the stage with chicken wire because of how much shit performers would get pelted with glass. I mean, I haven't seen a tomato get thrown in quite some time. I'd love to bring that back. Yeah. If we could start pelting people with rotten vegetables, I think that's a happy medium we can all accept.
Yeah,
you want to
'cause
throw a tomato at Chris Paul and his family? Go for it.
Whoa. From comedians to bystander to basketball players.
Listen,
bro.
I'm just saying we start throwing
negotiation
tomatoes.
real smooth.
we just start throwing tomatoes. Everyone's a little bit calmer is all I'm asking.
First they came for the comedians and I said nothing because I was not a comedian. Then they came for the podcasters and there was nobody left to speak up for me. That's what I like about doing this. It's all behind a microphone. All I have to worry about is Big T trying to throw his Chick-fil-A at me.
Which never happened.
Which I will gladly accept. It would never happen because he loves it too much. All right, so Billy, we're watching this in real time. It looks like Billy is walking through the streets of New York. Billy, what street are you on?
He just parked. Looks like he just parked. Yep.
I like, honestly, I know this is probably like dumb brain of me, but I'm just so excited to walk into the room while you guys are on FaceTime and then like Inception.
That's incredible. It's like when Vladimir Zelensky was doing that live address from the window of his presidential palace, and then he walked down the hallway onto the like official addressing the country.
Hey, but mute while you walking in, bro. But like mute while you walking in.
I know.
Is he at that garage like 3 or 4 streets down? So he's still got to walk like. Where are you, Billy?
I'm like 2 blocks away.
Yeah, so he's got to walk like through the streets.
He's at the
And
garage.
the way
I
he's
park at.
holding,
Billy, I could have got them to put your car in front. Come on.
I've never noticed his chin like that before. But he got a nice little chin on him. He got one of them
Looks like
American, got a little American dad chin on him, right?
Looks like Jay Leno, like a young spry Jay Leno.
Like low key, yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I never noticed it.
So Avery is stressing out a little bit. We talked a little bit about this on Wednesday's nanodosing. Came out on Thursday, but Avery was down bad. Now he's up okay, right? We're feeling good.
Yeah, I feel better. They did lose on Saturday, the Rangers, but I'm going with a different mindset. I think I have to manifest a win.
Okay.
Because I felt I was down on Wednesday, but Thursday I came back and I was manifesting a win. I was in the building, going to be on the stream tonight. It'll have already happened by the time you're listening to this, but I feel good. I feel good about tonight.
How are we going to feel if they go down 3-1, which I don't want to happen?
I don't know yet. I don't want that. I don't want to even think about it.
We're not manifesting that. We're manifesting.
No, they're going to win tonight.
Even series.
Yeah, why are we even thinking about that?
I'm just asking.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just
they're going to
asking
win.
the questions that are on other people's
There
minds.
are things on the table, though, with the Chicklets guys. We're talking about making like some friendly wagers. Biz did say if the Penguins win, that I should be thrown into the Hudson River. Then you might never see me again.
That seems
I
unsanitary.
would agree that if you got thrown into the Hudson River, you'd probably drown.
Well, so then I said if that's fair, like if the Rangers win, he'd have to wear a Ranger jersey with my name on it, and then just call him my daddy on the TNT broadcast.
No, you want to be his dad.
That's what I meant. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, you definitely want to be.
The other way around.
Did he agree to that?
Nope, he said no. So I called him soft, and he said to lick his cornhole. So we're that's where we're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here comes Billy.
All right, Billy's walking.
He's at the front door.
Walking upstairs. So if you want to know how to break into the Barstool Sports HQ, just watch Billy on YouTube. And
If you want to slap your least favorite podcast,
I was about to say they coming for comedians. They gonna come for y'all next.
But yeah,
I've been scared of that for a long time. And my desk sits right at the front door with my back to it. And I've said forever that something bad's going to happen at some point.
Big T's
I heard
the first one to
opened
get
up
shot.
today. If you want to move,
I welcome it. I welcome it. If you got a problem, come holler at me, dog.
If someone comes into the office, Big T is the first. If someone has a gun, Big T is probably the first one.
The first one they see with my
in their
back turned.
sights. Yeah,
and an orange hat on.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you look like.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you'll think that he's
They'll see
hunting.
him
You'll be
at
like,
night.
oh, that's not a deer. We never really talked about the gun knife thing though, like the logistics of the gun knife. Why is it? It's got to be very confusing to think about, like what type of fights you should be bringing that item to.
I'm trying to think more of like the thought process behind sneaking that in, because they're on the lookout, you would assume, for weapons. So is your thought process like, oh no, it's not a gun, it's just a knife, hoping like they're gonna have a laugh about it and let you in with the gun knife, knowing it's not a gun? Like, is that because my thought process with the practicality of it The only way I could see it even being slightly effective is if you had a hostage and you had the gun knife up to their head. That's like the only way to inflict any damage with the knife. But even still in that scenario, a bullet's much more effective.
I agree. It's kind of intimidating if you have the gun in the hostage situation. You have the gun pressed to like the side of their head, and then you take it slightly off, extract the knife part, and then you hold the knife up to the throat. I feel like that's intimidating. That's a very intimidating move.
You just confuse everyone.
Yeah, you confuse everyone, but somehow it gets like a little bit more violent if there's a knife involved at that angle.
Or you could just lie and be like, yo, it's both. So like
it shoots knives.
I mean, mind your fucking manners. It's both, fam.
Billy's been in the office for 4 minutes and still hasn't even come close to coming in the room.
He's lost.
He's in the kitchen.
My only other thought is like, if
Billy.
this guy, let's assume he's made more than one crime in his life. I think that could be fair. If you were to like hold up a liquor store or something with a gun knife, would the charges be less knowing it was in fact a knife and not a gun?
I don't know. Because like you can still get in a lot of trouble if you have a fake gun.
Definitely.
Impersonating a weapon is the crime too, isn't it?
But is it less trouble than if it's a full gun?
I would assume so. Yeah, I would assume.
Right. So that's where it can, like, you could still pull off a decent amount of crimes with a gun knife.
Yeah.
Just by flashing it, because most people, 99.9% of people are going to be like, oh, that's a gun. And you'll probably get away with it. But if you're trying to look long-term at sentencing, I'm trying to make any sort of logic with the gun knife.
Maybe the guy was shooting a music video, but he was a felon, so he couldn't purchase a gun. So he bought a gun knife so that he could hold something up that looked like a gun.
Yeah, but he ruined it now, because now I'm like, if he shoot the video, I'm like, that's a gun knife. That ain't a gun.
I figured it out. Here's why you get a gun knife. You get a gun knife if you're going to like, I don't know, an outdoor picnic or something like that, or a Six Steakhouse, and they offer you a knife. You're like, no, I've got my own, and you take your gun knife out to cut your steak. That would be pretty fucking cool.
Does the trigger activate the knife? Because if it doesn't, what are we even doing here with gun knife?
I think it has to.
It has to. I didn't look at the logistics of the let me see.
Because then it's like if that were on your coffee table, oh, that's my gun knife.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's
it might.
So do we?
It's the blade. The blade goes into the gun, so it would be. You'd have to pull it maybe on the side. I don't know if it does. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Hey, Billy.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Dude,
how we doing?
Inception, bro.
Billy's now in the studio. Billy, let me see myself on FaceTime real quick. No, that's you. I can see you on. Oh no, there I am. Crazy. Hey, we're doing a podcast. That's wild. Wow.
That's my POV of this.
So, Billy, gun knife. Do you think we should get one as a podcast?
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Okay, let's get a gun knife.
I'll look it up. Wait, does
knife?
it actually shoot too?
No, we can't order that.
In New York.
I think
they try to go to jail in New York.
We
man.
just got to get a gun knife. It's a knife that looks like a gun.
I bet you gun knife sales have skyrocketed.
Probably. Because no one knew they existed until now. They went from 1 to 5. What if that guy, it would actually be genius if that dude had like an Etsy shop where he made gun knives and he produced the first one.
Viral marketing campaign.
Yeah, so now everyone's looking up gun knives.
This was his whole plot.
There it is, gun pocket knife on Etsy.
Bent the wrong way, get a gun knife.
Yeah, Avery, bottom right is sick.
That one. The one with the wood grip. The wood
middle
grip.
bottom.
Yeah, that one.
They're all labeled as with like dad embossed on the wood grain for the perfect Father's Day gift.
Now that one is awesome.
Oh, that is
That's
nice.
much better than whatever this guy had.
They're going to show how to open it up. That looks like a small gun though.
How do you hold that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
shit. You cock it back for it to come out? That's
awesome.
fucking... Check. Yeah. Well...
The smaller the gun, the bigger the blade. That's what I've always said.
Only $46?
This is a steal.
Wow.
It's on Etsy.
Good. I saw, I think I told
the whole office getting gun knives seems like a bad idea.
My buddy had a knife, brass knuckles, and he was going to Canada, and they searched his stuff, and they found his knife with brass knuckles. He got arrested for weapon smuggling.
It's like a felony, right?
Yeah.
In Canada, yeah, that you can't bring either of those things, let alone combined.
He was a minor though, so got off.
So you can bring a brass knuckle knife into Canada if you're a minor.
Yeah, but they take it away.
Oh, you're only 15? Have fun.
And it gets erased when you're 18. But if you like got in trouble again or something, show up.
Well, Billy, welcome back from Las Vegas. Billy just came into the office. And curious to know how your experience at the Win went.
The Win? Yeah. Dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah? What do you mean?
I didn't get to the buffet.
You didn't?
No. It was go, go, go. There's so much stuff to do.
Oh, Billy.
I was working. I couldn't find the good time.
Did you get a new pair of pants?
Yes, I did. What I wanted to do.
What was that about, fam?
It was, let's just say, someone who really knows trends designed a really great video.
So
Billy
Big
did.
Cat would have to see me, bro, from the hip. If he
No,
did
it was a
some shit
false flag. It was a false flag attack.
What does that mean?
We choreographed it. It was. I had a really old pair of jeans that were tissue paper, and I've been seeing these videos go viral, and I was like, now would be the perfect time. So he set it up, but it was really
You orchestrating your.
yeah. I didn't think it was gonna rip that cleanly. That was a surprise.
It was a very clean rip. It was like shocking.
Yeah. But what I really wanted to do was on the day of the fight, I wanted to cut weight, like cut 10 pounds off, and then try to gain back at the Win buffet.
Mm-hmm.
So I was going to try to have like a 30-pound weight swing in like a short amount of time. Like just like as a video, like cut weight like a fighter, jump rope, like, you know, like in the sauna, and then eat it all back at the Win buffet as much as I could. It was going to be insane, but didn't have the time. Had to do some shooting stuff for the pre-show and stuff.
So Billy was up all night hanging out with Dmitry Bivol. How'd that go? How's your friendship going with him?
But the thing, that's crazy. So I was hanging out. I didn't speak a lick of Russian. Everyone was just speaking Russian the whole time. Bivol just, the night after the fight, he just stayed up all night. No one was partying, but just taking calls from his family, his friends, responding, like literally like props to him. After, like, he actually responded to every message and talked to everybody who reached out to him just all night, just on his phone.
Can I ask about the clip where you said hello to someone like in his camp or whatever, and then you just like kind of filed in? Were you supposed to be there?
Well, I hit them up and they're like, yeah, 100%. I was like, can I walk out with you guys? Can I like chill with you guys? And they're like, yeah, the ring's the same size when we get there. I mean, it was
I just didn't know if it was like a spur of the moment. Like I'm just gonna follow and see what happens.
I made good friends with the trainer, who's an American. Shout out Taylor, and he was probably one of the huge reasons why Bivol did so well, because he was in such good condition down the stretch. He out cardioed Canelo in the last 6 rounds, and that's what really pushed him over the edge. And I mean, the whole team, they're just such a humble group, and they're like a really tight knit kind of family type organization. So, you know, it was they're just an awesome group of dudes to hang out with. I mean, they are Russian, which there was a little bit of language barrier, and humors are different. Like a lot of the jokes they cracked, especially the older guys, were from USS, like old Russian movies. So like they had a bunch of references that I just had no idea, but like their whole like media and like
in what world were they making, like, I don't know, Hunt for Red October jokes about you? Like, what were they saying? How are they busting your balls?
they're
Capitalist pig.
No, they kept calling me they did the thing where they try to teach me Russian swear words, and then I'd say them and they'd laugh. Mm-hmm. That was a classic. Really got the the group going.
Yeah. That's a pretty good one.
But like a baby, you do that to babies.
So what was the mood like when Putin called him?
That didn't. So we're so on Sunday. I on Sunday.
Wait, real quick. If you watch yesterday's part of my take,
stop. I don't want to joke about this.
I'm just saying, like we interviewed Billy when he was live in Biville's camp, and I was asking Biville like, who's the most famous person that you got a text from? And as I was asking that, Billy was going like this into the camera, like he wasn't on camera, be like, no. And then he hit me up later. He's like I don't want, like, Putin hasn't talked to him, but like I don't want people asking if Putin. I was like, dude, I wasn't asking about Putin, he's but you made it very obvious. The whole thing. I mean, you were the one that was nervous.
He should not be defined by, you know, like stuff that's totally out of his control. He's such a nice guy, like literally.
Agreed. Like Alex Ovechkin.
We took him to.
Sounds like a Putin sympathizer.
No, he's actually not from. The president of Kyrgyzstan called him, who he's very close with. Who they're like, that's really where he reps.
For me, it's the president of Finland or no one.
Yeah,
that's all.
So
that's the one phone call I want.
No, but we then we went out to play blackjack, and I told him that the MGM Grand blackjack tables aren't fun because you lose way too much money way too fast. If we really want to have fun, we should go to the $5 tables, which I was killing all weekend. I was doing this. I had this blackjack strategy, and I probably just went on a lucky stretch doing this, but I've been playing out of this mind.
What
blackjack.
is the strategy?
The strategy is berserker blackjack. You split any pair. You double down 9 through 12.
You double down on 12.
Hard 12. Double down.
Why?
Just fucking go for it. You got to outsmart the cards. If you play how you're supposed to play, you're going to lose anyway.
Yeah, so we've been playing by the book for forever. The book is designed.
Yeah, so you just got to play crazy and play 2 hands at once. Play crazy and just like go with your gut on the double downs. 9 to 13.
Do you have any card sharks on your list?
So actually, this is I'll check the list. I probably do, but it's funny. So Baval was rolling up in a mask and glasses, and we were going to, and it was very conspicuous because no one was wearing a mask. It's Las Vegas. So when we got to the table, the lady, the dealer was like, what the hell is this guy doing? So they thought, like, because he was just trying to stay low key, they thought he was actually a card shark. So they like asked for his ID. The pit shark came over and was like interrogating him, and he's like, "What's going on? I don't know. I just want to play cards." So I was
Did you do the accent in front of him?
No, but I did find that to bridge the language barrier, speaking in pidgin English was much better. So,
what is pidgin English?
Just being like, do you want to play cards? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was. Oh. I mean, I was sitting in a room not knowing what was going on for hours. But
how's that different from your normal life?
Understanding.
You were just in Vegas when it was happening.
Yeah. No, but then a sandstorm hit. Then a sandstorm hit. And we were high up in the MGM, and this sandstorm rolled through, and we were high, and I could see out over the Las Vegas airport. So like all the flights were canceled. I got in like 7 a.m. this morning. I flew out there at like 3 a.m. But it was nuts. He's such literally like, he was making all these remarks after the fight, like, sorry, Eddie Hearn, that if I ruined your plan, and like, and he apologized to the Mexican crowd, like, sorry for ruining Cinco de Mayo. He wasn't saying that like cockily. He was like actually apologizing for ruining their time.
He seems like a good guy.
He was such a genuine dude. And
he cooks great steak.
Oh, it was hilarious. I was explaining to the whole of his camp how the mountains turn blue on Coors Light, and they were fascinated by it.
They don't have that technology in Russia.
They were like, look, blue mountains, now drink it, gray mountain.
Yeah, they don't have that.
What?
Yeah, over there it's just like the vodka turns red.
He drank
once you drink too much of it and makes your throat bleed.
Yeah, he drank 1 Coors Light at Blackjack, and we were home by 10. And that was, I think, his celebration post-fight.
So wait, did you get to talk to him and say, okay, let's go to these $5 hand tables with that $2 million that you just earned, or $3 million, whatever it ends up being? Did he actually play $5 blackjack?
Yeah, we played $5 blackjack.
Bivol did?
Yeah, he played the way I played. I taught him how to play my style. I said, and we were winning, and he thought the like yelling double down and like getting really hyped up for the double down was hilarious. That was so like
you guys. It seems like you guys share a brain.
I think we're like-minded in some ways.
Okay.
You definitely have an affinity for this guy. Like you definitely got a little bro crush on him. Though.
No, I mean, it's just so crazy. Like he went out there in front of like, if you were at the fight, you'd understand like how much.
And wrong with his job. Yeah, you kind of you're fawning right now.
I know, but it's like witnessing. It was one of the probably biggest upset, like on paper, like face value upsets in the history of boxing.
I'm like super happy for you guys.
Yeah, it was just awesome.
Oh, guys, I've got breaking news.
Uh-oh.
North Korea has just banned yoga pants. What
No
the
way.
fuck?
Damn.
That was going to be worse than that.
That's the last straw.
That's because they had no.
You know what?
Yeah, but you know what?
Well,
You say there's no cakes in North Korea?
well, there's no food. If there's no flour and eggs, you can't make cake.
What a line.
I'm not mad at that one.
I knew what he was going to say, but he actually did it so much better.
Yeah, he actually did.
Way to bounce back,
Played.
Billy. Way to bounce back.
Exactly.
Billy's
Well
officially
played.
back, guys. Yeah, no yoga pants in North Korea. You know, just when you think that a regime is finally turning the corner, they have to pull something like this. It is funny, though, to take like grandparents and then have them see yoga pants for the first time because they're like, wait, what the fuck? Like people can just be naked now? I guess that's cool. And it's funny because every old person's like, oh, this is disgusting. They would have killed all the grandparents that listen to Macrodosing out there. You would have killed to go to college during the yoga pants era. Absolutely.
Telegram in if you disagree.
Yeah, you were jerking off to cave paintings. You would absolutely love sitting in the back of the room.
By the way, what did yoga pants? What in yoga, like, why does yoga need you to wear those types of pants? Yeah.
May I interject?
Yes.
It's like I'm wearing yoga pants right now. It's like a freedom of like movement thing.
Movement, yeah.
It is. They are super comfortable from what I've heard.
They're super comfortable and light, and you have full range of motion with them.
We need to normalize men wearing yoga pants.
Yeah.
Yoga pants are awesome. You guys should get on the train.
I mean, Lululemon's huge for them. I'm not them. I'm talking about, of course, bird dogs. They're huge in the men community. They feel like nothing.
They took their designer. That's what we were talking about.
They did.
That's true. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Avery. I knew there was tie in there.
Yes.
So as a sweatpants guy, I feel like yoga pants are really the next step in comfort. The only problem is they're highly inappropriate for a professional setting.
No chance they're more comfortable than sweatpants. No chance.
That's a bad take, dog.
You don't think so?
Dude, way tighter.
Dude, I spit the majority of my life in the equivalent to yoga pants. No.
That's true. That's true. I forgot about football pants.
They just dry fit, and the shit underneath is just dry fit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and you're shit, like
Mad Dog, what's more comfortable, yoga pants or sweatpants?
Sweatpants.
Okay.
I feel like there's gonna be serious chafing in yoga pants for men.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I think that's kind of like the whole point. Is
they stopped. They stopped.
It's not the chafing. It's the tightness.
Yeah, the
no,
binding.
but like think about how yoga pants are constructed. You'd have to build like a pouch for dudes.
Well, yeah, but most yoga pants are made for women. I would assume that they would change the shaping of them.
Well, then I think it would sacrifice what makes yoga pants.
There would need to be a pouch area for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want some dude yoga pants, PFT?
Yeah, no, have like, I don't know, a shorts looking thing in just the front. So you don't have to see all the bunches and all that. Yeah. And then on the back have it be skin tight. So it's just like your ass on the back.
Or it's you know how like men's jeans and women's jeans are like constructed differently. Like a 30 in men's jeans is not a 30 in women's jeans. You would have to be like that. Like it's made for different body shapes.
Mm-hmm.
You remember those old onesies that had buttons in the back with a flap?
Yeah, I still wear those.
Those are another thing. We should make. I feel like on this show we've discussed so many times things that we were told would be big parts of our lives via cartoons that never happened. The pajama pants with the butt flap is a major one of those. I wear those in the winter.
I'm dead serious.
The nightcap? Do you wear an actual
I
nightcap?
don't. I need to get the nightcap.
And then when you snore, it'll like bounce up and down.
Boutonniere.
I need the candle that I walk around the house with.
The candle
to see
holder.
what the bump in the night was. Yes.
Sticks
You
with a
get in
bandana
the
on it.
pajamas like through the back. Do you get in through the like you put your feet through the butt hole?
There's buttons down the back, and then there's the flap, which does not work to go to the bathroom at all. It's not. There's a reason we don't wear them anymore. Yeah, it's just funny. I think it's funny. They're very hilarious.
Yeah, I feel like it could get real messy real fast.
Yeah, it's just you can't access anything, and it's hard to get your dick where it needs to be when you're peeing and also pooping.
Yeah, so Billy said the bandana on the end of the stick, the bindle stick for hobos.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing really anymore.
Oh, you know what I heard of? Hobosexuals. It's people who are their only sexual preference is trying to find a bed. That's the new little fun fact I heard on the internet.
Oh, wait, hobo. That would mean that you were sexually attracted to hobos, though.
It's on Urban Dictionary.
Okay, I've heard of hobophobic.
Is that real?
It's a No Effects song. Yeah, scared of bums. Okay, and that ad right there just reminded me of I had a bad visual that came out. I want to discuss it real quick and tell the story behind it. A bad visual came out over the weekend. I was down in Charleston, went on a big friends vacation, saw some old buddies that I haven't seen in a couple of years, and we went out to a bar on Friday night. Got to the bar, met some listeners, met some Stoolies, some Macrodosing fans, some Part of My Take fans. They wanted to take a picture. I was like, absolutely, let's do it. Ended up talking to them for a while first, and then what turns out one of them owned a restaurant down there, or managed a restaurant, which he invited me to go to the next day. Fantastic. Seafood towers are back. Seafood towers are amazing. I don't know if you guys are about that seafood tower lifestyle. It's incredible. They just bring you out all the coldest, freshest seafood that they have, and it's like a novelty drink that you could eat. I always love it. Had a great time down there. Shout out Darling Oyster Bar. And so anyways, at the end of hanging out with these guys, let's take a picture. Took the picture. It caught me in between blinks in the picture.
Uh-huh. That's what they all say.
I was not high in this picture, but they tagged me at the next day, and I was like, dear God, I look like Spicoli from Fast Times. It was the highest. If I saw that, I would never stop making fun of myself for that, because I look like the highest individual ever. It's almost like a meme, like a guy that is arrogant yet very, very high. That's what it looks like to me. But I wanted to say for the record, I was not high when I took that picture. I promise you I wasn't. Nobody will ever believe me. I was blinking. During the picture. The camera caught me at the wrong time. So don't use drugs, everyone, is what I'm saying. I'm not a drug guy. Okay, now that I got that off my chest, today's episode of Macrodosing, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do rapid fire grab bags. So Mad Dog created this list of potential topics that we could do. How many are there on the list?
I think there's 37.
37 on the list.
We've hit some of them.
I was going to say, it just occurred to me that if we're doing how you described it, we have done some on
We've
there
done
already.
some of
So
them.
we'll just do it
Yeah.
again if we get one
So
of those.
This is the list I made to get this job.
What if
That's
we
right.
exhaust all of our topics? Can we do full episodes on these topics?
What
Yeah.
if there's nothing left to talk about? Just ever.
We got to create new
Ever
stuff to talk
again.
about.
Well, we could also see okay, if we explain it first and then we can discuss that.
All right, so it's a list of topics. And how many say 37?
Something like that.
45.
45 now. Wow. Okay. So we'll do a random number generator, or we can just grab somebody in the hallway and be like, hey, what topic should we do?
I can go grab
Oh yeah,
people.
why don't we just grab people and tell them to ask us what to talk about?
Yeah. Or just pick a number,
Yeah.
and then they can talk about that topic with us on the list. And so we'll get into it for 15 minutes or until we're done talking about it. Then we'll do another one.
This is the fuck it episode.
The lightning round episode.
Over under 2.5 that we get to.
Over.
Over.
I think we do exactly 2.5.
How do we
actually.
know when to stop? I don't think we know when to stop.
I can put a 15-minute timer on.
No, I feel like that's cheating.
I like that. No, I like that. Actually.
No, because you have to like get
I'd
your shit in.
much rather. The reason I think it's under is I think we're going to hit on one, and the conversation is going to take us to such a place far away from the initial topic.
Go grab Dana beers.
Do you think this podcast is just for people with like ADHD?
No, our episodes are 4 hours long, Billy.
I know, but like,
Good point. That right there is as close as Billy will get to admitting defeat in a conversation. Usually it's, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I
bro.
gotta.
no, I mean,
Counterpoint.
you know how they say that soccer is a gentleman's sport, or it's a hooligan sport played by gentlemen?
Nope, that's the other way around. Soccer
Yeah,
is a gentleman's sport played by hooligans. Rugby is a hooligan sport played by gentlemen.
Yeah, but no, is it?
There's also a lot of racist undertones to that because in a lot of countries it was like soccer was a sport of the commoners. Like in South Africa, it was like soccer was during apartheid, soccer was a black sport, and then rugby was a white sport.
I did not know that. I just remember I just watched Invictus.
Yep. That's exactly, that's where it came from. Perfect. So Dana Beers just came in here. Coley, is there any awkwardness? Are you cool with Dana?
Never have been.
I don't know. I have zero inkling on why I'm here right now.
Yeah, refer to your text.
No, I know. Yes, I know that part.
You're right. Dana. I jumped to conclusions.
Yes.
My
Which
apologies.
is fair because you never know what's coming out of my mouth.
So we're just gonna have you pick a number between 1 and 37.
Okay.
45.
45.
Sorry, 1 and 45, and then you're gonna stick around for a little bit, and you're gonna discuss what the corresponding topic is.
Okay. 3.
3.
Subliminal advertising.
Subliminal advertising. I love it.
Actually, that's a good one for Dana.
It is. Yeah, Dana.
Beer guy.
You're the beer guy.
How is that subliminal?
Yeah, it's actually
Opposite. It's superliminal advertising. That's what the Simpsons talked about.
Pretty straightforward.
I love beer. You guys should love beer
I'm
too.
the biggest free ads guy in the world. I just give Miller Lite a free ad every Friday.
Do you think that subliminal advertising works on you?
Yes, absolutely.
What do you think the market value of your beer tweet is?
I'm telling you, if a beer brand just hopped on, those puppies get in 500,000 views.
I mean, I feel like Rovell should have a stat on that.
On how
Has
much you've given
no
away?
beer brand jumped on?
No, they're because it's not responsible drinking apparently.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, but basically, your ad campaigns are just like, let's see how many of these things I can chug until I pass out.
Binge drinking. Sick.
Yeah, I feel like there's got to be a beer company that's like, yeah, we're cool with binge drinking.
What if a non-alcoholic beer company came to you and said, we want to sponsor you?
I can't in good faith support that.
You've got morals.
How much would it take from O'Doul's?
Personally, 10K.
It's such a low number.
That's not that high.
Shocking.
For a week
For
or
a couple
what?
beer tweets?
They've got 10K.
Dude,
It would be great if the company was just DA and then in capital letters in/A. Your own non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Does that count as subliminal?
No, I think that's also superliminal.
Okay.
But
oh my God, DNA. Wow.
yeah, not DA-N-A. That's the name of the beer. DA-N-A. Finally,
yeah.
non-alcoholic beer for men.
I'm cool with that. I'm down.
Dude, you know what's so sick about Vegas? At the blackjack tables, they give you unlimited beers.
Yeah.
Unlimited beers. So in my head, every time I got a beer, it was like getting a $5 chip, so it negated my losses.
Yeah, you drink for free.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's how they keep you in the casino.
I was chugging those. It was
worked.
Awesome. It worked. Actually, Stooley just tagged me in a tweet of me playing Berserker Blackjack. It's pretty sick. It sees me with like 7 double downs.
$5 each.
$5 each. No.
You're also standing, which makes it seem like you are like very menacing to this poor dealer.
No. I was just very excited because I get very animated at the blackjack table.
Yeah, Dana, as a marketing expert,
Yep.
what's like in terms of looking at your Instagram content? Do you ever get ads, like targeted ads for things that you think that you've heard people talking about?
All the time. It's mostly like clothing. like jerseys and hats of specific teams that I've been talking about,
Yeah.
and it freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah. I mean, the targeted ads for you must be shocking because you own jerseys from like every team
Yeah.
and the weirdest players.
Yes.
Who's in your hot rotation right now?
I've been looking for a Jim Sorgi for years.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't find one, and I don't want to personalize it.
That's the holy grail of
Yes.
backup quarterback
I've been
jerseys.
looking for probably 3 years, and I can't find one.
If anybody out there has a Jim Sorgi jersey or knows where to get one,
I will pay top dollar for Jim Sorgi.
and he is not a good negotiator, so just name your price and Dana will pay it.
Yes. That's-
He'll undersell like what he's asking for, and then oversell how much he's willing to pay. He's like,
Correct.
"Listen, O'Doul's, $5. You can take over my entire Twitter feed."
Do you have one of these, Dana?
Is it Patrick Ramsey? I have him.
Oh no, Redskins Jason Campbell.
No, that's a good one.
It's a solid one, right?
He probably started too many games to be. in
He
my
did. He
rotation,
started
though.
like I think
Yeah.
2.5, 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't bought one in a while, actually. If I can find a Sorgi, I will pay top dollar.
that's like the ultimate backup
Yes,
quarterback.
that's my white whale.
He was. I don't even think he played quarterback. I think he was just a guy
Yes.
that like he was an accountant, and they said, okay, just you're going to be Peyton's backup, but you'll never have to play.
Yeah.
So just stand. He's probably his HGH guy, actually. Now that I think about it. Yeah, there's also a theory when it comes to subliminal advertising. I don't know if you guys have ever picked up on this, and this is very real, so don't bonk me. A lot of companies like to put like allusions to genitalia in their company's logos. You can look and you can find. Oh yeah, we talked about that one time.
Yeah, our macrodosing logo is PFT and Arian are each a testicle, and then there's a beaming up spaceship, which looks very phallic.
It does. Yeah, it's a penis.
Yeah,
It's a big penis. We didn't like ask for that, but that's kind of what they
You
designed.
know, Arnold's grandpa has a dick on his head.
I did not know that.
Look it up. His head has a penis.
I'm looking it up right now.
He's got a butt chin, and it goes up to his forehead, and it's a dick.
Hey Arnold, grandpa, penis.
Head penis.
No, Grandpa Phil's head is not supposed to look like a penis. From BuzzFeed.
is there any vaginas?
Yeah, so let's just look it up real quick. So genitals in company logos. I bet you there'll be a bunch of them here. There's this one for a chicken company that is just a cock balls with cum coming out of it as a rooster. Oh,
A cock and ball.
this one's not good. Arlington Pediatric Center is a children's hospital, and it's just like an adult getting head from a kid.
Oh,
But
Jesus.
it's supposed to be like patting the kid on the head.
Oh God.
Look at that.
I don't want to see that. It feels illegal to look at. I'm not going to look at
That's
that.
not
Send it to the group.
Don't do that. Don't send it.
See, that should be a crime.
Well, it is.
That to even draw that, I'm saying.
They thought of that.
Here we go. Tesco buttermilk. Look at that. That's just that's just a
good
dick and
old.
balls.
That's a good old English dick
That's
joke
a
right
dick.
there.
Yeah.
Hold on. What was the thing that you said?
Arlington Pediatric Center.
Pediatric Center.
I didn't realize that this was such a big crew on this.
Yo, why would they do this?
Yeah, they need to have somebody looking that over. The NFL, I think. Didn't somebody say that they had like a vagina in one of their logos? Oh no, that might have been.
That's easily the worst logo of all time.
That's pretty bad. What do you think of the NFL logo, Arian? The shield.
I like the old one. I mean, it's the you're splitting hairs on what they did to it. But I think it was 2008 or 9 or 7, 2007. After 2007, they changed it. I feel like the old NFL had that little curly loop type looking thing. It looked a little more. I don't know. You know, maybe I'm just nostalgia, but I just felt it. NFL got a good logo. I think it's a good logo.
Okay, Dan, you got anything else on subliminal advertising?
No, I think it's very present and it's a real thing. I've definitely been duped before, and I will be duped again.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's about all I got. Is this what you're doing? You pulling in people with numbers?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
what
we're
do you
just
want next?
going rapid fire. Your choice.
Quigs.
Yeah, get Quigs in here.
Quigs.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
But
to
last
talk to.
last question. How long did you know?
Oh, Billy.
What the fuck?
Billy.
Okay, I don't.
Now he thinks that we trapped him in here just to ask him that.
Yeah.
Billy, we can't be asking everyone that.
Okay, whatever.
Well, I'm out the loop. What are we asking?
Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter.
What we discussed before the show.
Billy, you are.
I used to think the NFL was a government entity.
Because it's National Football League?
Yeah, I literally thought it was the government. I thought it was like a part of the government. I thought it was like with the military,
Like how FEMA and like the CIA.
I also thought that about like the NBA, like the MLB. I thought it was like the government. So
The
when like
government runs professional sports.
yeah, I thought like when players got in trouble, like the government was like enforceable. So like
Well, Roger Goodell definitely, he used to think that he was the government, where he was like in charge of punishing people.
I think he still thinks. I think he's right too. I don't think he's completely wrong.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, the NFL is bigger than the government.
I mean, the MLB is kind of a government entity, are they not?
They're protected by the government in that they are allowed to be exempt from antitrust laws.
Right. And that was why the steroid thing was like an actual trials, right?
Yeah, like federal.
I'm not sure.
Well, they were called before Congress.
Right. Yeah. That, and I feel like they wouldn't do that to. I mean, clearly steroids have never infiltrated football, so that's why they haven't been brought to court.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't know if that had something to do with it.
Okay, we got Quigs in here. Quigs, you may recognize him from an old episode of Macrodosing. Quigs, recurring guest on Macrodosing.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, welcome back. We're just having people pick a number between 1 and 45, and that's going to correspond to a topic that we have, and then we're just going to do rapid fire. It's a lightning round.
Okay, I like that. I'll do 17.
17.
ooh, that's a number that when you go like 1 to 100, a lot of people pick 17.
Is it? Is that true?
Yeah. I mean, I pulled that out of my ass. That is that's not like my number I go with usually.
Sounds like bullshit.
Also, Billy one time spent like, I don't know, 5 minutes talking about what numbers were good. And it turns out that like all even numbers are good in his mind. But he was walking through them one by one. He's like, 2, that's a good number. 3, bad number.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
4,
like
3's a great number. What's wrong with 3?
4 is a good number. 5, bad number.
Odd
Three-
numbers
no,
do
3
have a little bit of like an evil context
Yeah.
to them.
No, 3's a good. All numbers are good until 7, and then it's bad. Like 3's a good number because it's the first 3.
3 and 5 shit on 4.
Yeah, no, but
4's just a shittier 2.
no, but 4 is just it's the first 4 though.
No, it's just 2 2s.
I know, but like that's cool.
It's the first 4. I know what Billy's saying.
Yeah, it's like 2 2s.
All prime numbers shit on 4.
I don't know. I don't like
Whoa,
prime numbers.
Yeah.
But like 9's cool because it's the first 3 3s, and it's like that's cool. Like that 4 is the first 2 2s, so it's cool in my head.
You keep saying first, like there's other 2 2s that are coming down the pipeline.
No,
Like,
there's
two
no
twos, right?
2 pairs of 2s.
Well, like 41 is bad. That's a bad 4.
bad.
Because 4's already had the
Naughty
first 4.
41.
No, it's Alvin Kamara's number. That's a good number.
Terrible.
No,
number.
41's not a good running.
Quigs,
number.
what's your like determination of whether or not it's a good number?
I think prime numbers suck.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause
Why?
they're-
Why? Why?
Well, because they're not
That
like divisible by
might
anything.
be your worst take I've ever
What,
heard.
prime numbers suck?
19.
It's literally
sucks.
if we're going to try to communicate with another language, I mean with another species outside of this planet, that's the first thing we're gonna do to communicate with them is to give them a prime number system.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
a
math is
horrible
like
take.
universal. But
That's what I'm saying, bro.
They
That's
just
bad.
they
I mean,
just
I guess.
suck because of like during school and homework when you'd get like tried to freaking reduce a fraction and you had a prime number in the numerator and you're just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Then you're panicking and you're sweating and you look at the clock and it's ticking down, 5 minutes left.
Yep.
So that's why we hate prime numbers.
That's why we all hate prime numbers.
Billy's having flashbacks to 4th grade.
no,
That's what I'm
dude.
saying.
They're
Like,
waiting around the corner for him after work. Like,
Quigs is a are you a math genius?
not real. Well, I'm good, but once I got like to a certain point, which was like differential equations, I could not go anymore. But like through like higher levels of calculus, yeah.
What's the hardest math problem that you can solve right now?
Right now, like probably not great. I'm so like out of that loop, but
If somebody had a whiteboard that they left in the lobby that had like I don't know, the full quadratic Like it was a quadratic equation. You could just step right up
I think
easily.
so, yeah.
Damn, that's pretty.
I would
sick.
need I would still need a like my mental math isn't like great.
You
but
still
like
need a TI-89.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I could do some of that.
All right, so Mad Dog, what is 17?
Lizard people.
Lizard people.
Oh.
Okay.
Let's talk about lizard people. Let's talk about
Oh
it.
fuck yeah.
So lizard people, it's I'm assuming this is about the reptilians.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hillary Clinton. You know.
I love going on a deep dive on YouTube and looking at like proof that the lizard people are real. And it's like an obviously doctored clip of George W. Bush blinking his eyelids from the side.
Yeah.
It's like, look, he's a lizard.
Basically, that actually stems from like the royal family, in the royal families of Europe. Because so there's this one BBC correspondent when we were talking about the royal families who thinks that all the royal families of Europe, since they're all like inbred, intertwined, all related to each other, and because they're so inbred through intermarriage, they're a different, like not like the base idea is that they're a different like ethnic group than the people they rule. Because if you think about it, they're all marrying each other. So like, and like for example, Prince, the guy who just died, Philip was the prince of Greece, but Philip is not actually by any means Greek. Like he doesn't look like a Greek. He's actually
A reptile.
yeah. So the
That's
thing
next
is
step.
that the whole like rumor, like conspiracy stems from they being so, them not looking like and being so like different ethnically from the people they ruled, being these taller, sort of stemming from those Danish kings, like having like the Nordic build but taller, and since they're so inbred, they're not like, they sort of look meek, and they have like long limbs, probably from like stuff like Marfan syndrome and stuff that are caused by genetic
So that's why they're
inbreeding.
okay.
So they look sort of
Let me ask you
freakish.
this, Billy. All things being equal, if there was like a super attractive human, and then a super attractive woman, and then a super attractive woman who is also reptilian, which one would you want to procreate with more? Because I know you love fucking frogs.
I mean, there's tons of fish in the sea.
Yeah,
But not all of them.
but some of them can be on the sea and on the land.
Yeah.
So you go for an amphibian. Billy's into any chicks out there that are
If
amphibians.
they tell me the secrets,
yeah, if you have gills, slide into the DMs. Don't really do that.
yeah, they don't have gills.
Yeah,
They have pores
cloacas.
that absorb oxygen.
Yeah, Quigs, have you ever heard of the reptilian conspiracies?
Not, I mean, a little bit, but that isn't there a little bit like Mormonism? They have like lizard people or some sort of lizard god, or
Yeah.
I don't really get where the jump to like lizard people comes from. Though. Like what?
So it comes from this is a very cool one. We actually discussed this on one of the first episodes, but there's a picture online of Mary, you know, father there's a picture online of a monkey with a baby, and it was a human baby, and it was a monkey and an alien. And if you look at like an alien, a monkey, if you imagine them crossbreeding, a human would come out. You know what I'm saying?
An
So-
alien and a monkey.
Look up alien monkey baby picture. If
Okay.
anyone can pull it up. Let me pull it up. But basically, the idea is that they think that like a higher advanced, dating back from the dinosaur group of beings, have been surviving and like predate.
Okay, so I've found the picture that Billy was talking about. It's right here. It's an alien monkey genesis, and it's just a woman that's also an alien, and then there's a monkey next to the woman, and then they're holding a baby next to it, and they're like, wow, how crazy is it that this baby that we drew looks kind of like this monkey that we drew combined with this alien that we drew. And so, yeah, you can draw anything and be like, look, doesn't this other thing look like a combination between these two other things?
But like, for example, the idea of Jesus being the Immaculate Concept, like there's all these stories, like was Mary impregnated by aliens, and is her spawn, you know, Jesus, like an alien, like half alien, half human being. And, you know, the whole idea of Christianity was really just a way for aliens to enslave us.
I would say yes. I think we got to the bottom of that one.
Yeah. But no, it's like all these different. By the way, I don't believe any of them. But like, for example, there was Dipleurodon. There's certain raptor species that also. There's the other photo. Look up dinosaur being, like dinosaur evolution, dinosaur humanoid.
Dinosaur humanoid.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a Natural Geographic episode about how if small raptors actually ended up evolving to become the Troodon, that they would one day evolve into being like a lizard like being that had higher intelligence because they had mandibles. The whole reason why primates became so smart and we became the alpha species is because our hands could manipulate matter around us. And these dinosaurs, Troodon, had hands that were highly advanced. So the idea being is that they used those hands to like become a higher evolved humanoid, which crossbred with monkeys at some point to create the lizard people, kings and queens that ruled over the monkey evolved people.
I love all the like artist renderings of what these reptilians would look like if they were real, because it's just like a guy being like, hey, this is what I'm pretty sure that a reptilian would look like, and then he just gets to draw something cool. If you go to the Wikipedia page for reptilian conspiracy theory, it shows a man and then a reptile man standing next to each other, and the reptile man is about almost twice as big as the regular man, but they gave him the tiniest dick ever. Like, this reptile's got just like a little baby dick. That's bad artist. That's bad. I don't know like what sort of concept you would have to think like, okay, a reptile would probably have a way smaller dick, but I love that he's so detail oriented with it.
Well, you got to think about it. Like, humans actually have one of the highest penis to body ratios out of all animals, like excluding whales and stuff. But like monkeys, gorillas, and chimps, aren't really rocking.
What animal has the biggest dick compared?
I think it's
maybe a dolphin.
I think it's an
Gotta be a
insect.
whale, right?
There's
No,
like some insects that have dicks. That
Oh,
are
you talking about
bigger-
the ratio?
bigger
yeah,
than
the ratio. There was a huge.
Oh, I don't know.
We'd probably be the species with like the biggest variance in dick size.
Probably.
Because I mean, maybe it's like I don't.
You don't think it's a universal experience?
Well, no, but it's like I don't inspect it, but I almost feel like all animals have roughly like, if they're the same species, roughly the same size dick, and then like humans go like all over.
Yeah,
dogs have different dick sizes.
Yeah,
they're like I see a lot of Great Danes out there that have like little bitty pinkies, just like tiny hogs, considering how giant they are.
My dog's got a freaking howitzer. I'm just saying.
Sick. Leroy's is bigger. My dog's dick's bigger than your dog's. All right, well, that was reptilian conspiracy theories with Quigs.
Yo, real quick, the origins of it is kind of interesting. So Michael Barkoon, professor of political science and this is off the wiki, so I don't know how true this is, but professor of political science at Syracuse University posits that the idea of reptilian conspiracy originated in the fiction Conan the Barbarian. The creator Robert E. Howard, in his story The Shadow Kingdom, published Weird Tales in August 1929. The story drew theosophical ideas, the lost worlds of Atlantis and Lemuria, particularly Helena Blavatsky's The Secret Doctrine, written in 1888 with its reference to dragon men, once had a mighty civilization on the Lemurian continent. I didn't know it came from Conan. That's crazy.
Yeah. And the idea is that these reptilians who have existed on Earth so much longer than us as a very intelligent life form, they have survived mass extinction events by either living at the bottom of the ocean or in the hollow Earth, so that they aren't, don't have to deal with asteroids, volcanic eruptions, because it's safer down there.
I'm so for that. I've heard that what's that other conspiracy where like there's another race and that they actually planted us here, like they invented us, they made us, like, and they invented us.
So
like,
that would
I was professor.
I actually wrote about a blog about that we might be the byproduct of like alien litter.
Yeah.
That aliens like because there was this picture of a solar flare, which kind of looked like a UFO sucking plasma out of the sun. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, yo, what if our solar system is just like one of the like last gas stations in a desert? So aliens just keep trying to fuel up their plasma ships with our sun's plasma. And then like over the millennium, some of like the alien litter with like a little bit of microbes just accidentally got put on Earth. And we're just like an overgrown, like moldy, like dish that hasn't been cleaned because it's just dirty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we're just gas station litter for aliens, and we're just like the little bugs crawling on it.
I'm ready for some shit like that to be true. Like we find out like where we can't, like, because this reality is boring.
I was saying that till the pandemic happened, and then it's like, holy fuck! And now there's
still
like
boring. It's still boring,
dude.
Having
die more
and like that, the script writers for those seasons.
Dude, the script writers, are you kidding me? Like, I remember back in December 2019 seeing these videos of from China, people with masks on just falling dead in the streets.
Yeah.
Quigs, are you bored with the world? Are you bored with reality? Do we need to spice it up a little bit?
Nah, I mean, I'm just like, you got to be expecting like weird shit to happen now. It's normal. Like,
Yeah.
I think, and it's like weird stuff has always happened. It's like different weird stuff, but like no matter what area you're in, it's like things that don't normally happen will happen.
Yeah, there's a new Avatar coming out. That should be good enough for you, right, Arian? You saw the commercial for it, the trailer?
Oh, bro. So I recorded it on my phone before it dropped just so I could run it back. You know what I mean? That day.
Yeah.
It's been waiting. This is my Super Bowl. I've been waiting on this. Waiting on this for I don't know how long. That's funny hearing me say that, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you did play on the Texans, so.
Hey, man, I did my part. But,
Fair.
yeah, man, I'm just excited. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot. I get tagged in every Avatar, everything, thanks to our wonderful listeners. Like, my shit blows up anytime anything Avatar drops, which I appreciate.
I'm gonna blog that quote like I don't know Arian. Like I did my part. Arian Foster rips Texans teammates.
They're not gonna say I didn't.
You're not wrong.
I don't look at sports like that though. I don't look at it like it's their fault. I just like the cars didn't fall our way. Like shit could go any way, either way. I just know I did everything I could. You know,
don't include any of that context. Big T.
Never.
Just
I did my part.
I was a superstar on that team.
Yeah. He tore up his basement in anger.
Hey man, I'm just saying I'm a humble guy, but I didn't get 14 surgeries and I'm hurting at the age of 35 to not say I didn't do my thing in the NFL. I did my thing. Fuck that.
Yep, that's a fact. All right, thank you, Quigs.
No problem.
Appreciate you
Thank you,
stopping.
guys.
Can you select somebody else
Just a random
that you
person
think would be
for-
good to come in and do
Youngstown
rapid fire?
Bob would be good. Get
Youngstown Bob?
take on something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Munchtown Box.
You should also include Big T that Arian's new Super Bowl was Avatar 2. So ever since he watched the first Avatar, it caused his Super Bowl to change.
Did you like the trailer, Arian?
Well, I try to go into things that I'm excited about. Like, let's say I'm in a relationship with a female, or let's say I'm about to go out to eat with like people that I love or enjoy. Anything that I'm excited about, I just cut off mentally the expectations I have for it. So because you set yourself up for failure every single time. So I didn't have any expectations for the trailer. I know what I got from the movie originally. I loved it, and I was excited to see what they brought to me this go around, and I loved what I saw.
That's
I
fair.
can't make no shit like that.
Yeah, I just didn't like they didn't really reveal any plot in the trailer, which is fine. It's still a ways.
I mean, kinda. The Sky people come back and find a way to fuck with. The only thing that I was like, what is this? They have the little human mixed baby. They got a little mixed baby. I didn't understand that. They gonna have to explain that to me.
Are you talking about Coley's kid that he's holding right now?
No, Cole's kid is definitely not mixed. I was talking about the Avatar.
This is a
kid.
mix, baby.
Just interesting timing. Yeah.
Mixed with you and your wife for sure.
No, I get what Coley.
Yeah.
People will get it.
Holy mix, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't wait.
MICK.
Ah, okay. That's what I thought. Okay, yeah. It is it makes
Very
sense.
white. Very almost see through how white she is.
So but if you look at the trailer, like there's this you know what I'm saying, there's a little half breed, and he's like half human, half, I'm assuming, Avatar. I forget what they call them.
Are they cuter
Navi,
babies
the Navi?
than human babies?
Those people are way more beautiful than humans.
Arian also hates babies, hates human babies.
You hate.
I'm just saying.
You're a stand for an alien race.
No,
Bro,
Arian hates
fucked this
babies.
place up. No,
Arian,
I'm not a fan of us. We're dumbest. This is the dumbest thing. We are the dumbest thing on earth.
Arian
The
thinks
smartest
human
dumb
babies
shit
are
on earth.
so ugly. He's actually Skyping in right now. He's at Brett Kavanaugh's house. He's outside protesting him. Doesn't care about women's right to choose. He just thinks like less of these
Too
ugly
many-
things running around.
Too many ugly babies.
Fuck them kids.
There should be less. I'm pro-choice for that.
Okay, so we're doing more rapid fire on macrodosing. You want to introduce yourself to all the listeners out there?
Hang on. Do you not know his name?
I don't know his name.
You're
sorry.
not Bob.
Jake?
No, I'm not
Jake,
Bob.
it's great to see you, brother. I'm
How's it
sorry.
Jake, what's your last name?
Jake Bass, producer.
Bass.
Foreplay podcast.
Hey, Jake.
Okay,
Bass.
Jake.
How's it going?
Alabama
I
grad,
don't
Jake.
think Jake and I.
Grimy Big T.
I don't
That
think.
was
I don't think.
No, we
I couldn't let him get away
I don't
with
think
that.
Jake and I have never hung out one-on-one before. Correct?
No.
Yeah. So I apologize. There's also a shitload of Jakes running around this office.
Yeah.
No,
That's
no, you
true.
know what? No, that's a real life lesson moment right there.
I don't take
He
offense to it.
admitted it. No, it's not.
No,
It's
I
not
would-
it's like, he admitted to it, and he's just like, you know what? I don't. Like, what's your name?
I'm also admittedly.
I like it.
I'm
man.
also
I like it.
admittedly terrible at names. Like I
I'm the
would
worst.
recognize you walking around the office. I would recognize you outside the office. If we ran into each other at a bar, I'd be like, "Oh, that's the coworker." I see him usually on like the other corner of the office from where
Yeah.
I walk around. But we've never had occasion to work together one-on-one.
I got a trick for that. I am also shit at names, so I have a trick for that. And also, a lot of times I meet people, I don't know if I met them before or not. So when I see somebody, instead of saying nice to meet you, I always say nice to see you. And
Yeah.
so that eliminates the I already met you.
I actually had a moment the other day. I was so embarrassed. I was at the Preds game, and my buddies and I were in like the store, and we're walking around, and this guy says, "Hey, what's up?" And I looked at him, I said, "Hey," and just kind of kept walking. Like, hey, what's going on? Assuming it was somebody that like knew from Barstool or whatever. And I walked back over to my friends and I was like, fuck, that guy played football with me in high school. And they're like, yeah, Adam Gilg. We all said hey to him. And I was like, oh man. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said his name. Anyway, yeah. So
bleep it out.
Well, no, I mean, no, I knew who he was. I didn't realize I knew it until later. But yeah.
You big timed him. You big timed the shit out of him.
Like not, I mean, I said hello to him. I just didn't realize I knew him until later.
I'm also terrible with names. I'll be like with someone for like days and just like avoid using their name because I don't know it, or I'll have numbers and I don't know who I'm talking
Numbers like a football player.
No,
Everybody should actually wear jerseys around the office and be like,
Yeah.
"What's up there, 1-1?"
Yeah.
We used to have those. Remember, like back in the old office, it was like the Barstool, like the red pullovers, and it had like the number employee you
Yeah,
were.
yeah, that was actually kind of nice.
Oh, here's another trick. If you don't know somebody's name, you say, "Hey man, how you spell your name?" And they'll be like, Jack.
Yeah, no, that's
Like, I was like, you never know. You know what I'm saying? Some people spell it different.
Yeah, I'm also like a big time diva, so I only know Big Cat's name. Some of you guys in this room on this podcast, I don't bother to. You know, Keith Olbermann was like famous for that. He wouldn't even like make eye contact with people at ESPN until they were there for like 5 years.
What a dick.
That's who you want to have things in common with.
Yeah, I know.
That's what's so awesome about like bro and dude is you can get away with not learning anyone's name.
Yeah,
Like, yo, bro, bro,
I guess that's true.
dude.
All right, so Jake, what we're doing rapid fire, and we're having people just pick a number between 1 and 45. Then we're gonna do like 5-10 minutes on that topic.
All right.
So the choice is yours.
When you leave here, we're going to have you get someone else. Make it someone else PFT doesn't know.
I know a lot of people. I might not know their names at any given second. I do forget every name almost. Like I'm just admittedly very.
That should be the
bad.
random fire. Just bring somebody in there
Yeah,
and
just
see if PFT
see if
knows their
PFT
name.
I don't like that game.
Go out on the street,
Jake,
grab a random
Jake,
passerby.
do you know my name?
Oh, yeah, your real name or
Yeah.
yeah, Eric.
Oh, damn it. All right, shit. I thought I really had you on that one.
That's not even the same thing, though. Like, that's,
Nowhere near the same thing.
Yeah.
27.
27. Is it true that Trent doesn't bother to learn?
There really is
everyone's
something
name?
there.
Yeah.
I worked for Foreplay for like my first 6 months, and Trent and I, outside of recording, just didn't say a word. And we went to Houston together. I mean, Trent's the nicest human being alive. He's just like, yeah, you came in and you hit record, and then you text me promos, and that was it.
Yeah, Trent is honestly the nicest person I've ever met in my life.
Ever.
And I do admit that I actually have a problem with learning and remembering. I learn names, but I don't remember them. But it's not because I just I don't care. It's because it's like a big gap in my memory that I have. It's become an issue. Got to cut down on not taking all these drugs.
Right.
Okay,
So 27 might be a bit hard. It's the 12 levels of conspiracy theories,
Oh.
which is something that we got into when I first started.
All right, so Jake, what's the craziest conspiracy that you've ever heard that you absolutely do not believe in, but is just like
Or
a
that you
wild
do
one?
believe
Oh,
in.
yeah.
I'm heavy on conspiracy TikTok actually right now.
Okay.
That's like become a big thing. This isn't
Billy.
this isn't
Yeah.
like the crazy. I think the lizard people thing that really gets me.
We just talked about
we
that.
just talked about
Like
that.
I see like a lot of TikToks and it's like AOC and it's like, did you see what happened? Then it's like a slow mo when her eyes become like reptilian.
I love
Your
that.
football coach is a lizard person.
I mean, yeah, he's an elite human. I went to Alabama, so I'm a big Alabama fan.
Okay.
Nick Saban, that means like Belichick, anyone who's like an elite.
I
popular-
could
anyone.
for sure see Belichick.
Yeah. Philip Fulmer wasn't.
Correct.
Yeah,
He wasn't good enough.
no.
Well,
You gotta
listen, you're not
have
going to
it.
catch me like simping for Phil Fulmer. He stabbed his
Go on.
what's the word I'm looking for?
His I don't know.
Mentor, I guess. I don't know. It wasn't, but he stabbed Johnny Majors in the back while he was recovering from heart surgery. Stole his job. Made a deal with the devil to win a national title in 1998, and then we've been dog shit ever since. You're not gonna, and then was a terrible athletic director. I'm not a Phil Fulmer guy.
At first, I thought he actually stabbed somebody. The way that you phrased that.
No, he
Yeah,
just he took Johnny Majors' job while he was in the hospital recovering from surgery, and Johnny Majors didn't talk to him till the day he died. I respect the hell out of him for it.
Damn, I didn't know any of this. That's crazy.
The lizard people with the sideways eyelids are great. I forgot that AOC got drawn into that recently.
Yeah.
She's got weird eyes.
She's got big eyes. Yeah, I think we can all admit AOC is attractive, right?
Yeah.
Right, regardless of your political. I'm looking mostly at big.
I
TMs.
don't think we can admit that. No.
She kind's got bug eyes.
A little bit.
You don't think she look good, Big T?
It depends on the picture.
I mean, I'll say
Some of them she does.
I know it's
She has a high variance. I will say that there are ones where she looks great, and then there are ones that
wasn't that everybody? Like
no.
everyone takes bad pictures.
no. You want.
Who's somebody, Big T, that has never taken a bad picture?
It's not a bad picture.
Madison
it's,
Cawthorn.
It's like
know who
sure
that
there
is,
are
is
pictures where people look back, but it's like hers swings wildly.
Oh, so you're saying there's just discrepancies.
You want someone that's consistent.
Got you. You said the highs are highs and the lows are lows.
Correct.
Maybe
Oh,
the
did
photo
you
that you're
get-
seeing of AOC isn't actually her.
Oh, we got
I, brother,
replace-
you
there's
want a
nothing.
Nick Markakis, not an Adam Dunn.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yo,
we got a replacement AOC theory out there.
Yeah. I mean, there's like the theory that these people of the higher, we'll call it like the lizard people, basically, they're put in tubes and, there's different ones. And that's why people look different in different times. Like the Avril Lavigne theory and kind of all that stuff. Like these
The
people
cloning.
look different. There's a big theory out right now on TikTok that Megan Fox is a succubus and that she's been slowly stealing Machine Gun Kelly's life force.
Oh, that also could be the copious amount of drugs.
Yeah.
I seen something about this, and I don't know if it's true or not. But she said that they occasionally ingest each other's blood. Is that true?
yeah.
Yep. That's like what Billy Bob Thornton and Angelina Jolie used to do. They used to actually wear vials of each other's blood around their neck.
Yeah, that was cooler, I would argue.
Damn, I thought I was in love. I guess I am not in love like that. Holy shit.
I don't think that's the kind of love you want to be in, where you're like that.
You don't know. You've
infatuated.
never been. You've never been. You don't know.
You don't know that. You don't know that I've never sucked blood. I might have
don't
my
know
red
that.
wings.
That's the kind of love that.
Oh,
that ew.
said might.
That's the kind of love that ends up on like first 48 hours.
Yeah, it's like it's not normal. It's not healthy. If you're like, we're so in love with each other that we bite each other and drink each other's blood. It's like, oh, I don't think that's love that you're talking about.
Who was Megan Fox married to before MGK?
He was like
Wasn't it a director?
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
No, that was just the Transformers. Because I feel
I
like
think it was the.
whoever that guy is, I feel like must be really upset that he wasn't as loved as obviously MGK is.
At least a couple times. They have a couple kids.
Oh,
Still
yeah, true.
had sex with Megan Fox, which is pretty cool.
That's
Kim
that's pretty big
Kardashian's
flex.
gotta be a
Yo,
succubus.
this is high key way off topic, but have y'all seen these racist turtles going around on the internet?
No.
Wait.
Okay, look, bro. I'm gonna send it to the group, bro. It shit is the funniest thing in the world. So people,
turtles.
yeah, there's a little racist turtle. So there's this dude who did a video and he put a turtle in front of a white shoe, and he just kind of like just goes by it calmly, and they put a black shoe, and this turtle just attacks it.
Oh
And
yeah, I'm
so-
watching this.
The funnier thing was like there was like, yo, it gets worse. And so he put the turtle in the middle of all white shoes, surrounded a wall of white shoes, and he just calmly crawls away from the white shoes. There's a black shoe out of the way, and he beelines to it as fast as the turtle can and just starts fucking the black shoe up. It's the funniest shit in the world.
This is hilarious.
Well, it's taken to another level by the edit that you sent specifically with Dr. Umar at the end. Just
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. That's what makes it funny. That's what's funny. That shit makes it hilarious. But that's gotta be Billy. You're an amphibian guy.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a reason for this. Or
So it probably thinks that it is another turtle, or a female or male turtle. Either he wants to dominate a male turtle or attack a female, or mate with a female turtle. I think he thinks it's another turtle. Whereas a white, like stuff that's white is not like turtles are. There's no white turtles.
and the funnier part is like with the edits in the music, they have Tupac's song and it's I see no changes. All I see is racist faces.
We got to be better than this, guys.
Imagine if
fucking
turtles.
Billy, talk
turtles-
to your people.
Turtles bringing segregation back. Let's fucking go to 2022.
Let me look for this. The actual. Yeah, it has to do with color.
No, don't well action me on this one.
Okay.
I actually take it back. I don't want to be well actually.
Yeah, I think it's
just want to believe
racist.
that turtle's racist. I
Yeah.
just want to believe that.
It's not all turtles. It's just this one particular turtle. It's just racist as fuck.
Well, the other thing that kills me is every year the world's oldest turtle goes viral for having a birthday. He's like extremely like I'm sure Billy knows him personally, but someone always quote tweets it and is just like this fucking racist, and that goes viral every time. He'd have to be. He's like 300 years old.
He gotta be if he's an old turtle. He's racist.
He's a product of his time, guys. That's why we should never build statues for old turtles.
Let's take down the Lonesome George statue in the Galapagos.
All right, Jake.
I want-
Anything else you got about reptilians?
Nothing
Racist
really
reptilians.
insane. No, that I will say that story reminded me of the episode of Curb when Larry David has the racist dog.
Yep.
That was the first thing that came to mind. But
I don't think I've seen that one, but I think
it's
it's
when like
funny as
Leon
hell.
and all them come from like New Orleans, and the dog is just only barks.
Oh wait,
at
hold
Leon
on.
and them.
I think I did see that one actually. Curb is genius, though.
But yeah, other than that, no. I appreciate you guys having me on.
All right, reptilians. That's a
All right,
hot
bro.
topic as of late.
Well,
You want to grab somebody else?
last thing
We
on the
appreciate it. Hey,
12.
go grab somebody that PFT don't know.
Get somebody that he doesn't know, Arian says.
Last thing on the 12 levels of conspiracies.
Messed up.
The lab leak theory was
Shit's
considered.
hilarious.
Yeah, the lab leak theory was considered on the same par as Holocaust deniers. So just putting that out there.
Was it?
Yeah.
Man, what?
Yeah, so it was like considered lizard people's pretty far down there. You know who's a lizard
No, but
person?
wait.
believer?
I'm curious to know what you mean by that. Like,
No, there was 12 levels, and the 12 levels listed different conspiracies. Actually, if we want to pull it up
on that graphic.
on that graphic,
Okay.
it was
So
put together.
This isn't. You were saying this like this was a fact. Like
Well,
these are the
this-
same thing.
Somebody made a graphic on the internet
no.
about levels
Right.
of conspiracy
Right.
theories.
By the
They
way,
put that
I'm
same one.
using Holocaust deniers as a milestone to show, not like that it was a very deep level. That's what I'm using it as.
Right.
That it is not true.
Right. The lab lake thing hasn't been confirmed though. That's the only thing. I'm still open to hear. I think it could very well be what happened, but I don't think that anyone's ever said like, hey, here's how we have proof that this is how it went down.
Just saying it was crazy that was made that deep with the lab leak theory.
By this one guy that made a graphic.
Well,
on the
that
internet.
graphic was considered.
It was considered to be canon.
Well, we're talking about the graphic. So
We are.
That's
Sure,
why I
it's also
mentioned
a podcast. Most people, I still haven't seen the graphic, so that when you just say things like that, it makes like you're making a one-to-one connection between the two.
You're
So
giving a lot of
I'm
credence to
pulling
this
up-
graphic.
Well, the
You're probably making more people find out about the graphic just by talking about it so much.
I gotta see the graphic now. I don't think I've seen
Yeah, I
it.
would like to indulge.
I think that this is one version that I will send to you guys.
That was dirty what Big T did to me though.
That was.
I mean, it was
that
so obvious.
Yeah, I knew as soon
didn't,
as you were like,
I didn't have a
"Hey."
choice.
Right, bro. That was grimy, bro.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, that was a
To
tough-
me?
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
I thought it was. No. He said to the listeners out there.
Yeah.
He said you were. I thought it was smooth. Big T cut that motherfucker.
I mean, you could tell so
like
easily.
I knew as soon as you were like, "Hey, Jake Bass."
I do want
I'll keep it a buck. I thought you knew everybody in the building, bro.
There's like
I didn't see
300
no-
people here.
you sit nowhere near and would have no
Okay.
reason to know Jake.
Yo, what's good,
so
Tommy?
why don't you introduce yourself to the listeners out there, buddy?
Me?
Yeah.
Smokes. Tommy Smokes.
Yeah, Tommy. So it's Tommy Smokes. Everyone knows
Ooh.
Tommy. We all know
Very
Tommy.
funny.
We all know Tommy.
He didn't
certainly.
know. He didn't know Jake Bass. He didn't know what his name was.
He did know?
PFT did not know.
Jake and I have never had occasion to work together one-on-one on anything.
Okay.
I was comforted by the fact that when he was producing Foreplay, it took Trent going on a trip with him to Dallas one-on-one. And Trent is like, no one will ever say a bad word about Trent. So now I'm like, okay.
I do.
yeah.
Trent's one of the worst people we work with.
Yeah, Trent stinks.
He's a,
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of talk today about burners out there. And I'm getting ahead of it. I did have a burner account on Reddit.
Oh, my.
With which I used to talk shit about my coworkers, and so I wanted to publicly say it.
Is this real?
It was just about Trent. I was just 100% flame. I was like, where was Trent on 9/11?
Yeah.
It was-
I've wondered the same thing.
Yeah. I think
Okay, I actually have to get something off my chest.
we all know that you had a burner account.
Yeah, I used it to post blogs so I'd get more views. I'm hand up.
Wait,
that's
why
on
would
me.
posting
That's
it
a good
on a burner get you more views?
No,
Like,
I
how many
po-
people followed the burner?
Well, I did want like an actual like account
To
for me on
Twitter
Reddit,
or Reddit?
to Reddit.
Oh, Reddit. Got
So
it.
I'd post it so they'd get more views because there was a lot of viewership.
Wait, would you be like, oh my God, this blog was so funny?
No, I just post it on taglines, and then I would sometimes use it to find nature's metal videos.
Would you or would you not be like, hey, I just came across this blog on barstoolsports.com. Isn't it funny? Like, it sounds like the guy that wrote it's really cool.
No, I just would push my blog.
Tommy does that from his regular account.
Like I post it to like NFL, Reddit, like places, just like to be a good blogger. I just want to get.
I
that-
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Good job, Billy. All right, so Tommy, what we're doing on this episode, we're doing lightning round of conspiracy theories. So we've got 45 written down, numbers 1 through 45. I need you to pick a number, and then we're going to do like 10 minutes where we just talk about that thing.
29.
That's a good number.
This is my birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Well, it's the most recent 29. It's
Wow.
my birthday, April 29th.
You're 29.
No. My birthday is April 29th. I'm 26.
Whoa, man.
DB Cooper.
DB Cooper. This is one that we should probably
We should
do
actually probably do a whole
a
episode.
full episode, but Tommy's face lit up on
I
that
just watched a documentary on him like a couple months ago. He's the pilot that disappeared, right?
one. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was about to say fill me in because I've never heard of this dude.
So DB Cooper, without looking it up at all, he robbed a bank, right? And then
I don't remember that.
And then
Is this Catch Me If You Can?
no.
Okay.
DB Cooper robbed a bank and he had hundreds of thousands of dollars in suitcases.
No. That's not what happened.
Okay.
he took a plane hostage.
Yeah.
Asked for money.
That's
got
right.
the money. Then he jumped out of the plane with a parachute, and no one knows what he is. His description looks kind of. Honestly, I get all those sketches mixed up because he kind of looks like the Unabomber sketch.
Well, he's like wearing a suit, and you're right.
Yeah.
That was my mistake. He did not. I was trying to remember where he got the suitcases
Yeah,
filled
no,
with cash.
they landed the plane. They brought the suitcases of cash out to the plane, released the passengers for the money, and then he kept the pilot, I think, and then took back off. And he jumped out somewhere around, I want to say the California, Colorado. Wait, do they even border?
No, but it
Yeah.
was like, I believe it was
yeah.
near the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, between California
Utah or
and
something.
Colorado. Yeah.
It was somewhere like Pacific Northwest
Yeah.
adjacent. I think the plane might have taken off from Oregon
Yeah.
or Washington State, and so he was flying in the hijacked plane.
Mm-hmm.
His plan, he said, I think, was to go to Mexico
Well,
with
I
the
think
plane, but then he opened up the back hatch of the plane and he jumped out. He was wearing like a full suit and tie, I think.
Yeah.
And he had the suitcases with him, and he had a parachute, and he said that he jumped out, but they never found his body.
Yeah.
They never found the cash either. They found, I think, some of the cash.
Yeah, they found a couple of bills with the serial number that marked. They took note of all the serial numbers of the money he was used, and they found some of those in a stream washed up in Colorado, I think.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they never found him, but allegedly the height that he jumped out of and the velocity that the plane was going, it should have been enough to kill him as he jumped out. But somebody on the plane, or one of the trailing planes, said that they saw a parachute open, meaning that he probably survived the jump and he got away with all of it.
Yeah, because I saw they interviewed multiple people later, and they were like, oh yeah, I was married to DB Cooper, or like, I think on his deathbed he told me I'm DB Cooper. Or they had a neighbor who was like, yeah, our neighbor was so fucking weird, and we think he was DB Cooper.
Well, they think that DB Cooper must have been a paratrooper in the military, because that's how his knowledge of planes and jumps. He definitely needs some experience in that field. And what year did it happen?
I'm not sure, 70s maybe.
I think it was the 60s. I think he was a World War II vet, they think, because of his. How did he take? I think he took the plane hostage with a gun, and it was a military issued weapon, they think.
But a lot of people have said that, yeah, I was married to DB Cooper, or like claimed that they were DB Cooper on their deathbeds. I think that's an awesome way to go out. Just tell your family that.
Yeah.
And then you could live like the most boring life ever, but you tell your grandkids as you're about to die, hey, I was DB Cooper. And that's just a great gift
Trolling your grandparents.
that you can keep giving on and on and on. Yeah. Who'd we lose there?
Us.
Yeah, we just can't see you. We can hear you fine. DB Cooper sounds like the coolest guy who's ever lived. I don't.
If he
I'm
really
very
did, if he really did like parachute and get away with that, that's one of the coolest things to ever happen.
Correct. Yeah, if he just like dropped to his death, like that sucks.
Yeah.
But if he pulled that off, that's sick. Like that's an incredible. That's a caper that can truly like only happen once.
I've always wondered this about bank robbers, because we only hear about bank robbers when they get caught. And so I grew up thinking if you rob a bank, you get caught every single time. Like no one gets away with it. But people have to get away with it all the time, right? Or else nobody would do it.
Well, 90% of all bank robberies in the United States, I think, happen. The people come from Charlestown, Massachusetts.
I also saw
90%?
The Town, the
Yeah.
movie. I don't
Wasn't
know.
it 90?
Is that a documentary?
I'm pretty sure that's.
I mean,
like
RA
real.
is known to hang out in those exact bars. So
Yeah.
it might be real.
Is that the joint with Mark Wahlberg?
Pretty much.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. It's like it's Mark Wahlberg adjacent. It's in the Wahlberg cinematic universe.
Yes, it has to do with Boston.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
It's a thriller from Boston. Basically, Mark Wahlberg's in it. Yeah. But
You're thinking of The Departed.
they always talk about bank robberies
Yeah.
on the news after they caught the guy. I don't think that they ever talk about the bank robbers that get away with it, because then more people would rob banks. But people have to be getting away with it, right?
Yeah, otherwise there's no reward. What's the risk versus reward?
No reward. I'm going to Google that real quick.
Yep,
Jamie, pull that up for me real quick.
That stat I gave is absolute bullshit.
Growth again, Billy.
The start at the beginning of the movie is like there's a bank constantly being robbed in Charlestown. There is no safe banks. You cannot leave your money anywhere. It's like over the top.
From how I remember it is that not Charlestown's getting bank robbed, but people from Charlestown are going across the nation to rob banks.
That I'd almost believe. It's such a small neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like the fact that there's
just
even
one
more
bank
than three
getting
banks.
robbed over and over
Yeah.
again.
There's just simply not enough space to have this many banks.
Yeah. Like they're going out in Boston to rob banks.
Okay. So what's the best bank robbing movie?
Fuck, we should rob a bank.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You've committed at least 3 crimes on this podcast already. You're the worst. I would never rob a bank with you, dog.
No, but like just like
And now you're a conspirator.
could we set up like a like escape the room thing? Could we like set up a bank that you could rob with your friends like as a group bonding experience? I think that's a really good business idea. We set up a fake bank.
Not only is it a good business idea, they do it everywhere across the United States called escape rooms.
No, but not like an escape room. But like this is an escape room where you have to go in, rob the bank, and like try to accomplish it, take all the money out, and escape by the time like there's a time limit where the cops show up and shoot you with paintball guns. I think
Imagine you accidentally go to the wrong bank, get the wrong address, and you think it's the escape room, and you just get shot dead.
That would be a great prank to pull on somebody to be like, okay, we're gonna meet at this company offsite meeting, and you have like a business set up that's like the bank robbery experience. And it starts off with like an instructor being like, okay, we're gonna simulate this perfectly. Everyone knows. So just so you're aware, we're not going to ever pull the trigger. We're just going to pull the gun out, but everyone there is an actor, and it's up to you to get away with the money any way that you possibly can. And then they drop you off at a real bank.
So these people are amazing actors.
It's like Sal and Murr are in the back. Watch this.
All right, now pull the pantyhose over your head. They're cracking up back there. I've looked it up a little bit just based on a cursory Google search. I'm seeing that 60% of bank robbers get caught. That's still a lot of people that don't get caught.
Yeah, that's nearly 50.
I feel like the number's buffed anyway because they don't want to encourage it.
Yeah. You got so the answer to your question, Arian, the best bank robbery movie, I really, really like Inside Man.
That's what I was
about to say. That was mine. Yeah, mine was Inside Man. Yeah.
But is that a movie? It's technically a joint.
Is it?
It's a Spike Lee joint.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was Spike Lee.
Oh, he's in it.
You can tell by the camera angles.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. Period.
Inside Man's solid, dog.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out like, and I usually don't like doing this, but like what would be the plot hole here? I think that very specific robbery of Nazi money could work. Like you could get away with that. It's the perfect crime.
Yep. I'm seeing right now that the clearance rate, meaning the rate at which you get caught for bank robberies, in 1976, it was 80%. So 8 out of 10 people that robbed a bank in 1976 got caught. In 2001, it dropped to 58%.
How is that not exactly the inverse? Like in the 70s, you should have been able to get away with almost anything, and now we should be able to catch you for anything.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's a good point.
Oh, well, how much does it count cybercrime? Like wire, like robbing a bank?
That should also be easier to catch.
Much easier.
Well, so again, the 58% was in 2001. So it might have changed since then.
Yeah, I mean,
you just said 60. We're up 2% since 01.
I think you rounded up.
I think we got to rob the bank.
Yeah.
I see the funny ass tweet. He was like, "Yo, times used to be wild. You used to just stroll into a town on a horse, beat up the mayor, and then you're the mayor."
Yeah, until somebody else kicked your ass, and then you just get like exiled like an old lion.
Yeah. It was a much more fairer system, I would argue.
Yeah, I mean it was cut and dry. Tommy, you have anything else about DB Cooper that you want to discuss?
I was thinking this the other day. It is pretty crazy how lax we were about plane hijackings before 9/11. I feel like we were very okay with people hijacking planes, and it was just like, all right, just bring it back.
Yeah, reading the article, like there was tons of plane hijackers, and usually they'd hijack, ask for a ransom, or they'd demand to be flown to Cuba, or they'd like, yeah, it turns out it happened a lot.
People always say like, oh, I'm going to fly to Mexico and I'm going to get away with it. They still have police in Mexico. I feel like a plane hijacking is almost impossible to get away with. Like literally impossible.
I feel like didn't people get away with it a lot back in the day?
They might have. I just don't understand how.
Just
because
the
you fly a
airport.
plane and then, yeah, you get off at the airport and they know that you have to walk out of the plane. It's hard to lose a plane.
Yeah.
We've seen, I mean, have we done Malaysia on here?
No, but we should.
No, we should.
Malaysian Air, yeah. Get into that. I've got my own theories on that one. They claim that there's this guy that knows exactly where it is.
Well, they found some of the
He's
records.
just not telling.
No, he knows where it is, but it costs a shitload of money to go out to the middle of the ocean and then to dive and to look for the planes. It's like it's like $100 million operation
How
every
does
time
this
they do it.
fucking guy know?
Well, because he's a scientist that studies radio waves as they're transmitted around the globe. And he claims that by looking at the small interferences in radio transmissions that were sent on that day, you can see where the radio waves, these small waves, were bouncing off an item in the sky in that part of the world. And because it was in the middle of the night, there were very few planes that happened to be over that part of the Indian Ocean. In fact, I think there was only one plane, and that was Malaysian Air. And so they can claim that they can track it, and then using how much fuel it would have had and the settings, the course setting that it was on at the time, and they can suspect that maybe the pilot was also incapacitated when it happened because he flew it up to like a high altitude and depressurized the entire cabin, and everyone thinks that everyone on board had been dead by that time. They can speculate, okay, this is where the plane ended up running out of fuel, then it did like a little spin, and that's where it landed. So they've got it. The guy claims that he knows where it is, but again, it costs a lot of money to go out there. And they have found wreckage, but that's some of the wreckage that's washed ashore in like Madagascar.
Yeah.
And the southeast coast of Africa.
Yeah.
So they know that it broke up in the ocean somewhere and it wasn't just like landed and hijacked or whatever. But that's here nor there. I do think that hijacking a plane, it's like, okay, you can find the plane, follow the plane, especially if it's hijacked and you know there's a criminal on it.
Yeah.
You know, you can follow it, see where it lands. And then what's the guy going to do after it lands? Just like walk off the plane and be like, I'm getting away with it.
I mean, some people think. Never mind.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Tommy.
Yep. No, thanks for having me.
It's Tommy, right?
Very funny.
Tommy. Okay. Tommy Smock. All right. Thank you, buddy. Can you grab one more person? Can Tommy choose somebody?
Thanks, Tommy.
He's a good kid. You think he'll stick around?
Hope so.
Yeah, I do too. World needs more Yankee fans here. Yeah, bank robberies. We should rob a bank, guys.
Yeah, dude, I think it would be sick.
I gotta tell you, 40%, pretty good.
You got to have an inside person. I feel like that's the key
Yeah.
to it. Is it a bank robbery if you go
Recon.
into a bank and you just like write a note saying, "Give me all the money in the safe"?
Yes.
Yeah, literally, no offense. Remember we were talking about that director who handed the lady a note?
Yeah.
Like, that's just like, the note is such a bank robber move.
Yeah, but
Why would that not be a bank robbery?
Yeah.
why? Because you just walk in and you just have a note that says,
You're to
"Hand me
ask
all the
to
money."
rob the bank.
You're just asking for the money. You don't tell them that you have a weapon. You don't say, "Or else I'll shoot you."
I think
Do you think
just-
no one's tried this?
You just get. I'm curious to know.
I
Like,
think-
is that a bank
I would
robbery?
like to see this argued in court. I'm not gonna lie.
There we
I
go,
think-
Big T. Let's go. And I'm simply exercising.
I think the-
my
If
First
he makes no
Amendment right.
threat,
Well, hold on. Why wouldn't you say it out loud?
I think the robbery part is the act of taking the money. I don't think the how you
Yeah.
rob it is what the discrepancy is. It's like you are coming in and asking to take money that's not
I'm
yours.
using
That's
my
robbery.
First Amendment, and I'm saying, Kate. So Kate just sat down here.
Yeah, Kate.
We're talking.
Well.
We're talking bank robberies.
Okay.
Is it a crime to go into a bank and to just write down on a piece of paper, "Give me all the money in the safe," and then hand that piece of paper to the teller?
No.
I don't think
I
so.
think
don't think so.
the counter argument, if I may play devil's advocate, would be that teller now reasonably thinks you are robbing the bank. Therefore, she or he, a man can be a bank teller, would act in a manner as though it was being robbed.
It's like one of those things where it's like if you yell fire in a movie theater, even though if there's no fire, it's like what's the word? It's like
Just not disturbing the peace, but inciting a riot.
Yeah, you're creating a dangerous situation, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm on the piece of paper. I'm just writing. What if it says, "May I please have all the money in the vault"?
Yeah, I
you're-
think that's different than give.
If I'm the teller, I think this guy's flirting with me. This guy's okay. All right.
you just write your number.
I write my number
And
on
give
the
it
and
back.
I wink at him, and I'm like, okay, yeah,
Here's
here's
all the
your
money.
treasure. Right.
We should do give me all the money. This is a prank for YouTube.
It's just prank. There's a camera filming this right now. This is Steve will do it.
Yeah.
Right, David Dobrik. It could be like any one of those things.
Yeah, dude, we should
So-
100% rob a bank. I'm actually so pumped.
So we came up with a good business model. I think it's a good business model where it's like an escape room.
Okay.
Except you just meet up and then they simulate a bank robbery.
Yeah.
And so you get to actually participate in a fake bank robbery, but everyone is acting like it's real. So it's like a fake bank, fake tellers.
You
Okay.
can really get into it, like yell at someone to get on the floor. Like,
Well,
We've talked about. Sorry.
Well, no, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say we've talked a lot about liability on this show. You can't be the training ground for bank robbers. Like they would not greenlight this business.
oh no, it's just it's like a group, a team.
Yeah,
building
plane
exercise.
simulators were fine for a while too, and then we had to reel back those reins.
Listen,
What are you
signed-
insinuating here, Coley?
I'm saying in 2002 it was harder to get plane simulators for a reason.
Look, when you go to a
Fair.
baseball game, it says on your ticket, if a ball flies and hits you in the head and kills you, that's your problem. Surely we can get a fake bank.
And we
robbery.
talked earlier in this show about how they're an owned and operated government agency. So I think this is a little different.
That's true. I'm sure it says something similar on other sport tickets as well.
course,
Very
yeah, of course.
much less likelihood that it could ever happen.
I just know a lot of people would probably be like it's a hard thing to do for the first time. You know what I mean? I'm sure your third bank robbery is a lot easier than the first one. If you could get some training, a little practice, might make that first time a little easier.
I would watch this shit out of a show that the bank people, it's a brand new bank opening and they're under the premise it's a reality show following, it's like Hot People Bank in LA. And like we're following you because you're hot. But what they don't know is that a month from now they're going to get robbed and we get to watch how they handle it. Like I would watch the shit out of that.
Yeah,
That's good. I like that.
like bar rescue almost, but
But bank
But for bank-
rescue,
bank
and you come in,
rescue.
bank that's another show I would watch.
Yeah.
Shoddy banks.
there's raw
going.
chicken in the vault.
I'm trying to do frat rescue, where I go to frats.
Oh, that's a
and
great
try to
idea.
Get them
think that would
to
do
up
well,
their
Bill.
stuff.
It's bro
I
rescue.
think that would do well.
Yeah.
It's just very hard to convince the company to expense my trips to colleges to frat houses.
Yeah. Plus,
Yeah.
respecting
What
women
would
isn't
you-
interesting. That's
What would you be rescuing them from?
Bad
Bad vibes.
vibes.
bad vibes. Vibe rescue.
Your doorman sucks. The ratio sucks.
All right, so Kate, what we're doing here, and for those of you listening, this is Kate, Barstool Kate. We're doing a lightning round of conspiracies, and so we've got 45 of them written down. So
Okay.
just pick a number between 1 and 45.
17.
Oh, we already did 17.
Billy, there's something there.
Billy's right.
Sevens.
There's
I told
something there.
I told you
17,
guys.
okay.
I told you
And,
guys.
and every person,
Specifically,
everyone's
too.
like, 27.
something to that.
I rescind. I said it was bullshit,
Oh,
Billy,
that's-
but the
that's
second
bullshit.
17 got me.
Billy
Yeah,
said
dude.
Billy said everyone picked 17. And we were
Everyone-
like, I don't think that's true, Billy. But
It's seven. He's
right.
Like pick a number between 1 and 10.
When
No
you
one's
tell
picked regular 7.
But that's because they know they can't choose 1 through 10.
No,
to be
when
fair, he slid me a note earlier that said, if you don't pick 17 when you go in there, I'll punch you in your fucking mouth.
when you tell someone to pick a random number, there is something about threes and have you seen these people on TikTok that are like, think of an animal that starts
Yeah.
with an E, and then it's like and they go through all these questions, but basically it just comes down to like guessing a number. You go through all these long steps, and they're like, you just thought of 11 or
Yeah,
something,
like Finland.
and like there's a way that you can like people guess odd numbers, I think, and like 7's a lot.
Because like what
Every
are
time
weird
I've
numbers?
seen those, every time I do, I think of the most outlandish number.
Right.
They haven't got it once.
But the average person, when you say E, thinks elephant, and then they know how you're gonna think throughout it.
yeah, there are no gray elephants in Denmark. Is how the thing usually
Yeah.
ends up. 'Cause
Yeah,
they-
something like that.
They say like pick an animal that they get you to A, B, C, D, E. They get you to number 5, and they say,
Yeah.
okay, take that whatever that letter is in the alphabet.
Right.
Pick an animal that starts with that letter.
Yeah.
and then they just walk you into a formula. But I get tripped out every time. So so we won't do 17 again.
Okay.
Great film,
Billy. Billy, write down what number she's gonna pick. What's the most common number?
I don't know what the next one is. Well, now it's.
See, and now my brain's getting squirrely, thinking
Okay.
trying to outsmart Billy's brain.
I don't know why. Wait, how many are on the list?
How many are on the list?
45.
Oh, wait,
45. And you
I picked
guys
something
came
that
up with
wasn't-
these?
Yeah.
Yeah, I came up with them.
Okay, so I'm gonna go when your brain was freshest, so I get a really good one. Number 1.
Ooh.
Princess Di.
Billy said
We've
30.
already chatted about her.
You did. Okay, should I pick another number?
Still dead.
Do you have
Still
any?
dead.
You have any takes on Princess Di?
Yeah.
Definitely not alive anymore.
Okay.
I don't know if that's controversial to say.
Ah,
I actually haven't
in
heard that one.
in
That
certain
she's not
groups.
here?
In certain groups, that's controversial.
Definitely was killed by the lizard people.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, 47.
Only up to 45.
Only goes to
Oh,
40.
God damn it, I suck at this.
Yeah,
Why
but
did
you
I-
still
you picked
picked
number
7.
seven.
Picked number 7.
Oh, my God. Okay, 13, Taylor Swift.
QAnon.
My favorite number.
QAnon.
QAnon. That's a good one.
Yes.
Oh.
Billy, QAnon. What are your thoughts?
Well, Q is the whole idea of Q is probably bullshit. Like the guy probably isn't real. 4chan, shit posters, crazy stuff. But it's like a whole bigger conspiracy that has to do with reptilian people, and like vampires.
Am I understanding this wrong? I thought it was like a guy who was almost writing like fan fiction for fun, and he was having fun watching people believe it, and he kept doing it. That's what I thought.
Basically, yes. So I think it's still like a little bit up for discussion who was ultimately responsible for all the posts.
Yeah.
Because there might have been more than one person that was doing it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was somebody that was just like a troll that was just fucking with everyone, and it became maybe the most successful troll of all time. If you just talk about like getting people to believe in it and then laughing.
Yeah.
It's essentially, Q was started by somebody who you could describe as like being a nihilist.
Okay.
Where they were saying like, I just want to see the world burn. Like it's fun for me to make up something that other people might believe in. And then who cares if it ever leads to violence or anything weird like that. But then enough people started following it and it became a community where these people developed their entire like persona and life around it. And then there were all these spin-offs of like other people that subscribed to Q that became like Q celebrities, and then their independent theories also started gaining traction.
Okay.
So
Politicians.
it's kind of like a virus,
yeah.
kind of like a virus that spread that way.
I think it goes to show, you know, when teens start getting in trouble and they're like, well, the teens are bored. Let's build them a skate park or something. I think it goes to show like suburban adults need more activities. I don't know what we need. Maybe a bounce house for us.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
More disc
More
golf
swingers
courses.
clubs or something. I don't know, but we need something.
Yeah.
More entertaining.
Guys, I have breaking news.
Q is real.
Q is real.
Nick Mangold just witnessed a squirrel fall out of a tree and smash its skull. That's impossible. Squirrels' terminal velocities allow it not to die. Like,
Hey, now this is a conspiracy theory.
now, if he did see a squirrel die after falling out of a tree, I would love to see like the picture, because this is
Show me the evidence.
This is a scientific, this is crazy.
It's a first.
Yeah, squirrel. You could toss a squirrel out of a plane and it would survive its landing.
Is that true?
Billy, I don't know.
Out of a plane?
Yep.
I hope that's true.
We got to get a squirrel.
Why a squirrel would never die from falling, no matter how high
Several
it gets.
squirrels out of planes
They
recently,
literally
so-
evolved so that their bodies, like that's how flying squirrels evolved, but they sort of like their bodies can't reach a terminal velocity that could kill them.
Look at Billy's response to the tweet to Nick Mangold's.
I just this is crazy.
It does sound weird to say like out of a tree. I don't think
You could throw a squirrel out of a plane. Fucking DB Cooper that.
You're really
squirrel.
going to make me Google this.
Yeah,
just
dude,
a normal squirrel.
This is one of those things I know for a fact.
Is this going to put me on a
no,
list?
I don't think that's right, because a squirrel, it doesn't matter that they're light. It would still, like, gravity acts on it the same way.
Right.
And so it would still be falling at a tremendous rate. I know it's like not, it's not as aerodynamic.
Nah, dude,
What if I drop one off the Empire State Building?
it would
That's the real
survive.
question.
So
Somebody
I'm seeing
Get Tyler O'Day on the horn.
I'm seeing conflicting reports. I am seeing that squirrels can survive falls at their terminal velocity. However, an airplane.
Do you
You-
understand that
you have to-
terminal velocity is the fastest
Billy,
an object can go?
Okay, Billy, you have to take into account pressure, oxygen, all sorts of things like that coming out of an airplane.
But not the fall.
It does seem to say that they can survive falls, impacts at their terminal velocity.
Like, okay, the squirrel could die getting tossed out of an airplane.
But if you put a little oxygen mask on its
But-
face,
Yeah, but like not
A
from the
coat.
fall though. Like if you just took the squirrel, put it in a balloon, a weather balloon, and let it go up high and then cut the cord, it would not die. That was the point I was trying to make. Anyway, I think either Nick Mangold might be
well,
trolling
tell him
me.
to send photo proof.
I did.
Do you think this is cap?
I'm not.
Billy,
Is
is
it
this
a
cap?
conspiracy?
I don't know.
I mean, it could have also it could have died before it fell out of the tree.
Yeah, but
That's
their
a great
skull,
point.
the skull shouldn't smash.
Well, maybe another squirrel smashed its skull.
Wait, here's
And
a squirrel jumping off a building.
Yeah, it survives.
It's a minute 30. I've got to find where he actually jumps.
It's a minute 29 is the fall.
Squirrels have serious.
So what is it about the squirrel's body? It's so light that the wind acts on it?
And
Yeah.
its fur maybe
Yeah.
acts as a.
And like that's how flying squirrels evolved. Like the squirrels that glided instead of fell and died. Evolution worked. The squirrels that couldn't die survived.
I actually think that if you threw a squirrel off a building, it would die. I firmly believe that.
Yes.
Let's watch this video.
well, you can't see
If you
like
threw
very
a rat
clearly.
off a building, it would die, right?
Yeah, rat. But rats aren't
A squirrel is just a rat with a tail.
arboreal creatures. Rats aren't
Rats
arboreal.
have tails.
Yeah, wait, but they don't have the fuzzy tail.
The fuzzy
that's true.
tail,
The fuzz is maybe
The
what
fuzz.
it
Is
is.
What it is?
And rats are arboreal creatures.
they don't climb up trees.
I'm pretty sure rats climb trees.
I mean, they do,
Rats
but they
can
don't.
scale my walk-up building. Why
Yeah,
can't they climb
can
a tree?
walk on the
Well,
roof.
they don't live there. Squirrels live up there. Rats live in holes.
Well, there's squirrels that aren't as fuzzy. This might come down to squirrel breed,
No,
Yeah.
no. There's many.
The bone density?
right?
It
Bone
has
density,
to, but
is it-
all of those things, like they have, like they're built different so that they don't. They surviving falls is like the number one. Like I'm pretty
print
sure
the shirts.
the first,
built different.
yeah, the first,
Squirrel.
the first thing like I think squirrels do is they get kicked out of the nest and they have to fall.
I don't know. Arian, what do you think?
Birds. You're thinking birds.
One time, actually in college, a baby
I'm reading an
squirrel.
article about it right now.
Well, once a squirrel hatches out of the egg, it climbs out.
A baby squirrel climbed me, thinking in college, and I had a pet baby squirrel in my dorm for a while. I had to keep it secret, but unfortunately, the squirrel became bonded to me, and I tried to release it, and it literally found me in the dining hall and climbed on the screen trying to get into me because I nursed it back to health, and it was just a really bad idea because the squirrel bonded to me.
It thought you were its mom?
Yeah, let me find the video.
What
Oh
happened
my
to the squirrel?
God.
I'm just, nature took its course. And
Killed the squirrel?
the squirrel was not, the squirrel wanted to be a human, that the squirrel had to go back to the squirrel.
So did you put it out of its misery because you're like,
No,
you'll never
no,
survive in the wild?
no,
You're
unfortunately.
too soft? Oh, a bird got it?
Yeah, a rap. It was actually really upsetting.
Oh my
But
god!
it was
Okay, so this is like super nerdy and about physics, and I don't know enough about physics to confirm nor deny. But there's a article written on the medium.com, and to sum it up, because it starts getting into coefficients and mass versus ratio. It breaks down the math as to why this is the case, but it's not just squirrels. And so they said, we'll leave you with this quote: to the mouse and any smaller animal, gravity presents practically no dangers. You can drop a mouse down 1,000-yard mine shaft, and on arriving at the bottom, it'll get a slight shock and it walks away, provided that the ground is fairly soft. A rat is killed, a man is broken, a horse splashes. For the resistance presented to the movement by the air is proportional to the surface of the moving object. Divide an animal's length, breadth, and height each by 10. Its weight is reduced to a thousandth, but its surface only 100. So the resistance to falling in the case of a small animal is relatively 10 times greater than the driving force.
Whoa!
Jesus,
whoa,
that's wild.
I know it's one of those.
They literally break down like the math in it, and like I'm not gonna even pretend to know them equations.
We need Quigs.
Yeah, we do.
I'll send it to the.
Actually, I'm gonna text Quigs and find out. He's good.
You remember which one that is?
Shut up, Coley. I know Quigs. So earlier today, Kate, we were just bringing everybody in to do these rapid fire things
Yeah.
on conspiracy theories, And they brought in Jake Bass, who's the producer for Foreplay.
Right.
And Jake sat down, and I was like, oh, man, I just realized I don't know Jake Bass's name. I've never worked with him one-on-one.
Yeah.
We see each other. We like give each other the head
nod.
nod. I would know him if I saw him in public, be like, oh, yeah, that's my coworker. But then he sat down. I tried to be smooth, and Big T just absolutely destroyed me.
He said, would you like to introduce yourself to the listeners? And I was like, you don't know his name. It was very obvious. It was very obvious.
That happens around here a lot. Like there's people we see every day, but we don't.
I will say, to be fair to you, there are plenty of people here whose names I do not know.
Yeah.
But Jake, you should know Jake.
I should.
He's around.
Dude,
I know the name and I know the person. I just didn't know that was
right.
He also is one of the best dressers in this office.
He really is.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
He is a
skater,
cool guy.
isn't he? I think.
He might be.
I think he might be a skater.
He has the style for it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, it was just very rude what Big T did to me.
That was very rude. I have a couple.
I thought it was rude to not know Jake's name.
That's also true. Both things can be true.
How's it rude to not know somebody's name? What?
I think if
Been
it's
here for a
like
minute.
someone that's worked here a long time and you work with them, you should try to know people's names.
Well, you know, PFT is so full of himself all the time. He's
true.
a horrible person.
But then you also run into that kind of weird zone where you've known somebody for so long and seen them around that it becomes weird to be like, hey.
Yeah, once you
what's
know
your
someone
name?
for a certain period of time and you can't ask anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the time where it's like I gotta ask now, or if it gets past here, it's weird.
That's a good question, but like you
month,
know.
A month.
Yeah, a month. I feel like a month is pretty. Or like
You-
3 conversations.
That office adds people, and you really only work in certain areas. Like people could have worked there for 2 years, you wouldn't know.
You can have a whole inside joke with somebody and not know their name.
Oh yeah, at the Phillies Mets night, there was like a bunch of stories and blah blah blah, and I start talking to this guy, and I'm like, "Nice to meet you," and he's like, "I've worked with you for 3 months," and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry."
So you could use this. I said this earlier. So the way to get out of that is never, when you see somebody, never say "nice to meet you." Always say "nice to see you."
Yes.
Because in their minds, it's like, "Oh, it's
Nice to see
you
you."
too.
That's a game changer for me because I screw stuff up all the time like that. Nice to see you.
Too many times I was like, nice to meet you, man. Like I met you, like fuck every single time.
Oh, I imagine being an athlete. That's like that would be nightmare fuel. For
Meet a lot of people kissing a lot of babies.
Yeah.
Arian, has there ever been it probably doesn't work this way as an athlete, especially one who, you have your names on the back of your jerseys. Has there ever been a teammate where you're like, oh fuck, I forget that guy's name, like halfway through the season?
Yeah, honestly, because like a lot of the times, like especially when the season gets going, you got the core guys who are like gonna be there, right? Aside from like a trade or something like that. So you have like the core of who the team is made of. But a lot of the guys, they rotate in and out a lot. And so like you get to know somebody and then they're gone. And then they bring somebody else in and you don't really know them. And like you just don't, like, you got shit going on. You got families. It's not like you sweating in the huddle with the one person every single day. So it's like every now and then they bring somebody been on a team for a good, I don't know, 2-3 months. And like, I've never spoken to him. I don't know his name.
Wow.
That's why I think you need a good nickname. And they're like, here comes Titters. And everyone's like, all right, I'll remember that.
Yeah,
But,
Titters.
Yeah, Titters. Something like, NFL guys named Titters. That's normal. But I'm just saying I feel like that's when good nicknames come into play.
I got to start. Yeah, George Bush was the king of nicknames. That's what he would do.
Really?
He would just call people. Yeah, we've talked about that on this show before,
Yeah.
where if you look at his Wikipedia page, there's actually like a complete separate listing on Wikipedia for the different nicknames that he gave to people.
Wow.
He had like a department of, I want to say, like the head arborist in like the forest department, or maybe director of the Forest Service. He just called him Tree Man, which is great. And
It's
then
simple yet elegant.
Karl Rove was Turd Blossom. Just had great nicknames for everybody.
See, that's the thing that fucks with me about you though, is I feel like, this is a personal thing, I feel like nicknames should only be 2 syllables, because when it gets to 3, it just defeats its purpose. And so like when it hit me when we was at the baseball game when I was in New York, and I was looking to you and I was like, yo, PFT. It's just too many. It's way too many. It's got to be do.
Yeah.
It don't roll off the tongue. And so I'm not going to call you that anymore. I'm going to find something else.
But I feel like PFT wasn't originally born as a nickname. It was alias.
It's a nom de guerre.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
it
that's with
wasn't-
half of it taken out, brother.
Yeah, and that's more. I would say more than half in terms of letters.
Yeah.
But like PFT wasn't meant to be like a nickname for your real name. It was more of a guise.
Let's be fair. It's much shorter than your full legal government name of
That's
PFT
true.
commenter.
That's true.
That is true.
We should just call you PP.
PP. I'm down for PP.
Yo, PP.
I was actually hanging out with people from like 4 different parts of my life last weekend. So somebody that I went to high school with, somebody that I went to college with, somebody that I played rugby with in Texas, and then somebody that knows me from here. And so it was like 4 different names that I was answering to the entire time. It kept me on my toes.
I feel
what,
that.
What are the 4 different names? I only know 2.
So like Eric would be somebody from high school. They would call me Eric, or sometimes Pat, Kate's guy, calls me Easy E or Sleazy E, or just Sleazy.
Yeah.
And then college, on the rugby team, they called me Leg. And then
Why did they call you Leg?
I don't know if I can really explain
No.
that.
Okay.
No, it's actually
because he hung.
That's definitely not the reason. It's the dumbest rugby nickname ever. It was just like in my first game, I made a bunch of kicks, and they're like, "We should call you Leg because you can kick the ball really well." And it
But
stuck.
the implication's cool as hell.
Yeah, so I just sometimes prefer not to answer and let people
Make their own choices. Okay.
yeah come to your own
Leg.
conclusions. And then in Austin, I was Solly, and then from that point on, I'm PFT. So there's like
the guy from Monsters Inc.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, sure. But it was just
it's the you.
Yeah,
Why did they call you that? Oh, okay, I heard it wrong.
Because my brother's last name was Sollenberger. Yeah.
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. So okay, good talk on conspiracy theories. I do have an update from Quigs that just came in. I asked him, can a squirrel die from falling out of a plane? And Quigs, he is a rocket scientist.
Yes.
Says no, it has too low of a terminal velocity. No real difference in it falling from a plane and a tall tree. This is the ultimate Billy was right episode.
Yeah.
Of Macrodosing.
I just Googled that like Big T did. I don't think he knew that off the top of his head.
He might have.
I knew that off the top of my head.
I'm saying
no. He's talking about Quigs.
Easy. We just gave you a dub. Don't relax.
I thought you.
Relax.
Sorry, I thought Coley said I.
Yeah, you
brought up the squirrel thing unto no one else was talking squirrels. I know you brought it up.
I'm sorry.
This is Billy's redemption episode.
Also, I was right about Baval beating Canelo.
You're right. Billy was right.
I would have.
This is your episode.
While I
Matter of fact,
understand,
that's got to be the title, Billy's redemption.
While I understand the terminal velocity thing, I still feel like if it landed on its head on cement, it's not going to die.
It's because it's not going to fall like that.
It said on the article. It said given the surface it lands on being soft. Like I don't think.
Oh,
plus,
well, that's
could have been
It's
$1
also
million
like-
baby. There could have been a.
It's also
little
like
bar
a cat
strip
though,
tipped
right?
over.
Yeah.
It's also like a cat though. I feel like it would say cats always land on their feet.
Yeah.
That's just how they work.
Yeah.
Or like light as a feather, stiff as a board. Like you kind of fall light. Like you kind of let your body do its magic.
Yeah, where you kind of buy into it.
Yeah.
Squirrels are witches is what we're getting
Yeah.
at.
Like me,
Update
getting drunk in a car accident.
Update from Quigs. Their terminal velocity is 23 miles per hour, so they would never hit the ground faster than that. So for how light a squirrel is, the question is, would that be enough force to kill it? And so probably not.
23 miles an hour though.
So anyway, I think
if it landed on a bed of nails, I think the squirrel would be toast.
Yeah.
Right, but that's more dying from stabbing.
A
than
forest
falling.
floor is soft.
If
Pine
we make a
needles.
little, if we make a little squirrel backpack and fill it with little squirrel weights, we can kill them.
Yeah.
Yep.
We need to get working on that immediately. I
Yep.
feel like this
I'm
is
okay
a big
with that.
issue.
Let's kill some squirrels.
All right.
So Nick Mangold, if you're listening to this, I think the squirrel got ran over because it's flat.
Cap. You call him Cap on the
Yeah,
floor.
or got killed in the tree and fell out.
I love it, Billy.
Love it. Nick Mangold's just walking around Central Park hammering squirrels. in the head.
I think Nick Mangold may have smashed this squirrel to prove that he wasn't lying. This is just a thought.
All right. Well, thank you, Kate.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah.
Anything you want to plug?
Zero Blog 30, new episode coming out this week. You're talking about nicknames. We talk about Esper has his book coming out, and Trump said he was a yes man, called him Yesper. which is a great name.
That's a
fucking
solid
great.
name.
So
You got to hand it to him.
New Zero Block 30 coming out, and that's about it for me.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
Jesper's such a good name.
It is. It's great.
I did see that article that was out. They were like previewing Jesper's book, and he was talking about how like Trump asked him if there was any way that we could launch missiles into Mexico and then pretend like we weren't the ones that shot the missiles into Mexico, which is
that real? Was that real?
A question worth asking.
So it's brilliant in its simplicity, and I mean, really, if he's like, well, I know that we're not really allowed to violate Mexico's sovereignty as a nation, we can't really attack any of their citizens without their government's permission or the request. But what if we just did it? And then we're like, I have no idea where these missiles came from.
You guys see that?
And so people are like, wow, that's the dumbest thing ever. I can't believe that Trump, wow, Trump's our stupidest president. How could you ever ask to do that? It's not like we haven't done this shit before. Trump is just like everybody else just does it and thinks that they're being really smart. Trump just asked the question to see if he could get away with it. Like, look up what happened in Cambodia. That's essentially like, it's not the first time that the U.S. has attempted some of that, but he's like the first person to put it so bluntly.
He's saying the quiet part loud.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact is, like,
I want them to suffer, but I don't want people to know that we made them suffer.
Yeah.
Does that can you help me out with that?
Yeah.
What do you got?
the cards.
What do you got?
I mean, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, we did a huge occupation in Iraq and Afghanistan. Like, it would have been much more worthwhile to like try to rid the northern Mexico of the cartel using those tactics. Like, how much wouldn't that be way more productive? It was so much more relative to national security.
Why do you think we went to the Middle East?
Oil.
Yeah. So if Mexico had that, that's where we would have been.
Oh, we definitely would be there.
True.
1,000%. We don't Mexico get like raped for like tequila output, don't they?
What?
They get taken that. Yeah, they get taken to town on that. Yeah. Like they're like one of the biggest exporters of tequila.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Are you saying they're getting taken advantage of? Like the people are taking their tequila?
No, they don't steal it like a little squirrel stealing nuts. I'm saying like they just get taken advantage of.
So
that's from my understanding. I talk to people there.
Like you're saying we buy
it
at such a low price and then make more money.
I think it's deeper than that. I think, like I said, I've done no research. This is what I was told in Mexico, so I just got to like there's government doings, like there's like under shady ass deals, and the people aren't benefiting from the actual outsource. From the resource.
Well,
I don't know about that though.
But tequila is not a natural resource.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. It's something that grows. The agave plant grows in Mexico.
Tequila
and
is
they
not
harvest it and they sell it and they make a lot. What's the difference between that and oil?
No, dude, it's
or
a
beans
product.
Or corn or wheat.
It's a product.
So is corn.
It's not a natural resource.
So the
it grows in a certain region. It grows in a certain region.
But that doesn't.
That's how you make tequila.
If you wanted to say agave, like
no, bro, you stretching that. That's how you make tequila. Is the agave
I know, but
plant.
like that's like saying that Ireland's being like
You're
raped
being
for its
silly,
Guinness,
Billy.
But that's like literally saying like Ireland's getting raped for its Guinness because corporate like.
If the only place that you could make beer, like good solid beer, was in Ireland, and then we invaded to steal their beer, I think you could say.
But we didn't invade Mexico to steal its tequila. Also,
yeah, we stay out of Mexico. Everyone knows that. We barely even noticed them.
But like champagne from France. That's like saying champagne.
The point you're making is mute. I understand what you're saying, but you're splitting hairs.
I wouldn't compare Mexico's tequila dealings with say like Nigeria's oil being taken.
I mean, that's
what's up.
Neither
would I.
There are differences.
We didn't.
But like the way you said it was kind of being like, yeah, Mexico's getting like taken advantage of for tequila.
They are, bro. You know how many? It's not just them. It's people all over this world. Globally, people get raped for their natural resources all the time by major powerhouse countries. Well, this is not even controversial.
People are making a lot of money off of tequila.
But I'm saying it don't go back to the people. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
True.
What about
people make a lot of money off of diamonds and gold.
What about
Does it go back to where it comes from? Nah.
I can't see the comparison of tequila to natural resource.
What about the poppy fields in Afghanistan? Is that natural resource? Like
Similar,
just because you get high off it, I don't think you can say it doesn't make it a natural resource.
Afghanistan's opioid production, I don't think is as big as people think.
Really?
I think it
I don't
only
know
makes
about
up 20% of the world market share.
That's a huge amount of the world
I know,
market
but I think like
for
Russia.
Afghanistan.
It was also I don't know what it is currently. It used to be well above 90.
That's still 20% is huge.
Wait,
I think
let me see.
Sure.
I think
sure.
Tasmania grows a lot of poppies too for medical reasons. I think that's where, like, if you get opioids, if you get like Percocet or Vicodin, things like that, I think that theoretically the opiates in them do come from Tasmania.
Very theoretically, yes.
Yeah. Now, if you buy it on the open market or the dark market, if you buy it on the streets and you're getting pills that are maybe counterfeit, then they could come from God knows wherever. But if it's like a certified pharmaceutical being sold, I think it's mostly from Tasmania.
Afghanistan is the world's largest opioid producer.
Okay. So that's... I know this is the Billy Was Right episode, but it's okay if you're wrong once.
Oh, you know what? I am so wrong. Afghanistan provides 85% of the estimated global heroin and morphine supply. Near monopoly. Huh. Damn.
Okay. And I also heard that in Tasmania, kangaroos that invade the opium patches, they get high eating the opium, and then they just jump around in circles, and they actually destroy the crops, and they make crop circles.
Kangaroo crop circles?
Kangaroo crop circles, yeah.
Damn.
That'd be a sick indie band name.
It would be. Also, that fact, as I was saying it out loud, I was like, I might have just taken this fact from Billy, because this sounds exactly like a William Cotter fact.
Can we bleep that?
Yeah, we'll bleep that out.
Kangaroo crop circles.
Kangaroo crop circles. Okay, do we want to do one more?
We can do one more.
Rapid fire? Any requests of people to bring in?
Yo, so all tequila comes from Mexico.
Yeah, it's like champagne.
Where does champagne come from? France?
Champagne, France.
I didn't know that. I didn't know all.
There's been a pushback recently. Prosecco has really made up some ground. The idea that champagne, which I like the branding, I appreciate it, can only come from Champagne, France, is absurd.
Yeah, it's just...
No, actually...
the product is very similar if you get Cava or if you get Prosecco. It's kind of the same thing. No?
Literally, I did a lot of research onto this of like the DCOG, DOG. There's different classifications. Basically, a lot of wars in Europe were literally fought over like disagreements on ways they make like wine and like exportation of goods. So after World War II, they developed this standardization system. And the reason why a lot of these drinks have now gotten names from where they're from is because they finally have an entity to like certify this champagne is from, like, champagne is only from Champagne. It's not from anywhere else. It is sparkling wine anywhere else.
Yeah,
like,
that's just to protect
the
distribution.
But they do that with cheese, ham, like Iberian ham. And like, honestly, that system of certifying the authenticity of the goods and like the class, like for example, DCOG has to be done by certain standards in a certain place, and there's different markets, but literally that has like helped have peace in Europe, like because
it's good for trade.
It's good for trade, and it gives countries like maintains their rights
and identity. Like, it's good for a country to have pride in
and
one of the products that only they can produce.
It prevents like wars.
Yeah. We need to do a better job of making things like only American. Like, this social media company can only, if you have, TikTok's from China, right? That should be like more labeled as this is a Chinese company. Get Vine out of here. People really stopped talking about TikTok being Chinese, didn't they?
Yeah.
That was like a big thing for a while. They were going to
Trump banned it for a day.
Yeah, they were going to shut the entire thing down.
Hello.
Okay, we've got another coworker coming in here. This is Glenny. I don't think his microphone's on.
It's not. Oh,
We
sorry.
got Glenny looking festive in the New York Rangers gear.
Very festive, very festive.
Recurring guest Glenny Balls making his triumphant return to Macrodosing.
What's good, bro?
Yo, real quick. You remember the show we shouted out on the last episode?
Can I have more
The
details?
bullshit. My bad. I went blank. Bullshit. The show bullshit on Netflix.
The game show.
One of the dudes on there tweeted at me. It was like, "Yo, I got the weasel words from Macrodosing." That's dope.
No shit. I wonder what words they were.
What's weasel?
I don't know. It's like when you weasel out, like you don't really know something and you kind of like weasel out of it. I don't remember any of us talking about. Maybe we did, but that's what he said. Tweeted me. I was like, "That's dope. That was pretty cool."
Hell yeah. Very cool. So Glenny's joining us. Glenny, you are our OnlyFans expert on this show. Actually, let's plug your new show.
Yeah, OnlyFans is I'm the first OnlyFans journalist in the world. We had actually today our new episode coming out Wednesday night. We had a mother-daughter combination. They came in today. We wrapped up about an hour ago. It was a wonderful conversation. Learned about their life as mother-daughter OnlyFans.
Is there any
models?
Content creators?
Content creators.
Did you detect any jealousy between the two of them? Like, there's got to be some natural jealousy, right?
I think the mom kills it way more because she was actually said she was nominated for an AVN award. That's like the Oscars of porn. She was nominated for AVN this year as like the best new MILF. So she's killing it.
Best new MILF. That's an interesting category. It's like that's
my apologies. It wasn't best new MILF.
Like rookie of the MILF.
It was like Sherry DeVille was one of the Sherry DeVille, but she is apparently a rookie MILF. Like she started doing OnlyFans during quarantine.
Are there some Are there some MILFs in porn? I don't pretend to know anything about these categories, but like, do you have to be an actual mom? Is somebody checking on these things, or can you just be a woman of a certain age?
I don't think so. I think there should be rules. I think it should be at least maybe 35, 40 years old.
Yeah.
A lot of times you'll click the MILF category and it's girls like 30. It's kind of fucked.
What's the difference between MILF and cougar? I've never understood that one.
I think a cougar is, I don't really know much about that, but I'm pretty sure a cougar, the definition of a cougar is just an older woman that goes for young guys.
Yeah.
Like a MILF, a MILF should be a age requirement. Because let's say you're 20.
You should have to have given birth.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But not even. I disagree. Honestly, it should just be if you're over a certain age. Like if you're 20,
the M stands for mom. Glenn.
Yeah, but Coley, if you're 20, if I'm going to the MILF category, I'm not looking for a 26-year-old with a kid.
I understand your point, but there are 26-year-old moms. Like
maybe
that
we should just change it to the older woman category.
Words mean
mature
things in this country.
Are dog moms MILFs?
They used to.
Yeah, a dog mom can be a MILF. Why not?
We need like a DOCG regulation.
Yeah, we need
like the wine in France.
Yes, we do.
Glenny, I think you'd be a great.
Yeah, maybe we should just change the name of the category.
Like, this MILF is Glenny certified.
Yeah.
It should have like a Glenny check mark on it.
Because it's very annoying when you're searching through things and girls are calling themselves MILFs. I'm like, you're a 26-year-old woman. You're not a MILF.
The MILF certifier.
I have a serious question. They do content together?
They do not. That is illegal in the United States.
I was gonna. That was my question. That was the question. You made it sound like when you said a mother-daughter, you made it sound like they were.
They both have OnlyFans.
Got it.
They both partake in sex on OnlyFans, but not together.
And they promote each other's.
They do promote each other's. Yeah.
Do you know a lot about OnlyFans? Is that what I'm hearing?
I know a decent amount. I started a show about it.
Yeah. So
I got a question.
You could say that.
My shorty told me this weekend, and I was like, ain't no fucking way, dog. I just don't believe it. It could be wrong, though. I don't know enough about OnlyFans. She said the jump from Dr. Phil, Bad Barbie.
50 million.
Yeah. She said she really made 50 M's off that shit.
She posted that she made 50 million. And let me tell you,
she posted it.
I don't want to give away any financials. Like off camera, some of the girls who told me when we're done with interviews what they've been doing. It's psychotic. I mean, one of them, a girl I interviewed 3 weeks ago, she told me she just bought a house in Tulum off her OnlyFans money.
What is that?
I'm in the wrong.
She bought a house in Tulum. She's like 19.
Wow. Where is that?
Mexico. It's like the spring break spot in Mexico.
Now, OnlyFans is just a product of dudes being horny. That's insane.
Everybody's horny. It's the definition of everybody.
But it's like
being
it's free. I would never understand if somebody out there is subscribed to somebody's OnlyFans. You gotta let me know your reasoning, dog, because you could literally
talking to the guy.
Yeah, I'm the guy.
If you're subscribed to somebody.
I mean, I subscribe because it's work. It's work for me, you know.
Subscribing before it was
how it started, Glenn.
But I think the whole
investigation aside, are you subscribed to somebody?
Oh yeah, I got a few. I think the whole reasoning of OnlyFans. So let's say, Arian, are you a big porn guy?
Yeah.
Like, you know who Lisa Ann is?
I guess I'm not.
Like I would never.
She was in Nail and Palin.
Lisa Ann is a wonderful lady, but I would never subscribe to Lisa Ann's OnlyFans. She has porn out everywhere. Mostly now, the people that people subscribe to are like Instagram models that have now become OnlyFans models. So you follow them on Instagram, and they're like, "Oh, I can watch this girl do some sex. Why not purchase it?"
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole.
This is what I'm
allure.
saying. So if the point is, and this is why maybe I'm doing porn wrong, but if the point of watching porn is just to have visual stimulation while you masturbate, right?
Yes.
Why, like anything that you're into is literally on any given website of porn. So why not just type that in, rub one out, and go on about your day? Why am I paying $5 a month for a specific part that doesn't make any, just to rub one out? That doesn't make any
yeah, definitely to rub one out. But I mean, it's different. Like it's 2022, 2020 since it started. There's been an OnlyFans boom during quarantine. It's been a legit boom. Everyone's doing it now. So it's different if an OnlyFans model that I've been following for say 2 years posts one day she has an OnlyFans. Obviously, I'm going to subscribe to that. I got to see it.
Arian, it's bottled water.
Yeah, it's like growing up when
you can get tap water for free.
Like if your favorite actress is going topless in a movie, don't you get excited for that?
Nah.
Okay.
So wait. So Glenny, as you're tracking, it sounds weird to be like as you're tracking these women, but like you're following a girl on Instagram, right?
Yes.
And
you're tracking these women.
You follow her for a couple years. Can you get the sense of like she's starting to get OnlyFans adjacent? Like I wouldn't be surprised if she put a little link tree in that bio in the next couple months.
I would be surprised if any Instagram models don't. They're missing out on a lot of cash if they do not. I will tell you that much.
Quick question, Glenny. Can you off the top of your head name how many OnlyFans models have been involved in stabbing other people? Because it's a lot.
Well, we have the one that I didn't know if I should speak on or not because recently she actually murdered her boyfriend. I think murder is another level.
Wait, you had her on?
No, I had a girl named Jeannie Examon who stabbed her boyfriend in last October, and he survived. It was just a nice simple stabbing in the kitchen. It wasn't a murder.
Could have just been an accident. There are knives everywhere.
Like 2 weeks ago, there was a legit murder. I didn't comment on that one as out of respect.
Were there charges brought upon this woman for stabbing her boyfriend?
I believe it's like they're figuring it out. I don't really know. I haven't dove into it.
There's
She
been about
did murder her boyfriend.
10 instances I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't comment
Let's
on it.
let's retroactively toss an allegedly on that just in case.
Yeah, allegedly. She did allegedly murder her boyfriend.
Jeez.
But yeah, that's the gist of it. I mean, Jeannie's great. She's a sweetheart, but she may have stabbed her boyfriend.
Arian, there's a conversation Glenn Balls here had with Houston's own Maxo Cream about this very, very subject that is very funny.
Oh yeah, and actually, he made a great point. He likes friggin'. I believe you mentioned he's a fan of like Gina Valentina when she posts homemade videos. And honestly, it's way cooler to watch like homemade videos on someone's phone than a highly produced porn.
Mm-hmm. But that's what I'm saying. They have that category on any point. That's what I guess. My sex drive is high.
Well,
my sex drive is high.
Here's the thing, Arian. I think I can market this to you. I think what Glenny's getting at is that this is a more farm to table approach to
100%.
sex work, where you're supporting the small business creators because the porn industry themselves. You want to talk about an exploitive industry, like porn probably makes the NFL look like a commune. Right? Like the people at the top, the people doing all the work, the labor in the porn industry, they get chewed up and spit out, no pun intended, so quickly, they don't get a chance to really ever cash in. These people are like, they're going into business for themselves and they're establishing the direct link between their content and their fans. And they have, it's more of a symbiotic relationship that way. Whereas if you're watching porn, it's so impersonal.
Yeah, I would also say
you're selling this to me by labor rights.
Yeah, exactly. I actually think that it's a fair comparison to make. I think that if you want to watch porn ethically,
that's funny.
I've never subscribed to OnlyFans. I don't think I've ever been to Is it OnlyFans.com?
It is OnlyFans.com then / whatever the person's username.
I don't think I've ever done that.
You feeling.
I don't think I've ever been to the website.
I actually just got a text from the lady. Hi, Glenn. You wanted to make a group chat with my mom. Thanks so much for today. It was a blast, and we had so much fun getting to know you. We can't wait.
Glenny, I feel bad for you because every time they come on, or at least in one instance, they all offer.
Yeah, the mom offered to me. Yeah, the mom offered today.
They all offer to have Glenny
for free, or they'd pay you.
Jeannie said for free, but
is there safeguards? Is there safeguards on the app to where it's like people can't screen record and stuff like that?
Yeah, so that is a problem. I think people do take screenshots, but most, from what I've understood, actually. Most of these OnlyFans models do work. They have agencies pretty much that are scrubbing the internet constantly, trying to find content that people post illegally. And also, I guess more to PFT's point, I think a great way of saying it is a lot of OnlyFans models didn't start their careers as OnlyFans models. They were just regular Instagram models So just a more personal feel. I agree to you before. Like if a porn star makes an OnlyFans, I would never subscribe to it. But someone that's just an OnlyFans model that I've learned off OnlyFans, I would definitely subscribe to. That's the whole aura of it. That's the whole allure of it.
So
Minor league baseball.
I thought the same thing.
I'm definitely sold on the. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm definitely sold on the aspect of because I'm pro sex work. If that's what you want to do, man, do your thing and maximize your talents. But I guess the what I'm having trouble with is understanding the consumer's mind. Because like let's say after this, I'm lay down on my bed, I'm gonna rub one out. Like it's like a thing that I'm only in the moment I'm thinking about. But like if you subscribe monthly, like you're getting constantly updates and videos and pics or whatever case, and it's just like I have a high sex drive. I don't think I'm that horny though.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not to mention also a lot of girls don't post that much stuff. Like a lot of them, so they make a lot of the money in the DMs. That's where they make a lot of their money. Most of the time, it's maybe $10, $15 to subscribe for a month. Maybe sometimes they'll post like 1 or 2 nude pictures, but then in the DMs they'll DM you like, "Oh, here's a sex tape for like $100." That's where they make a lot of their money.
Man, well, hey man,
it's a good business model.
Arian, it's
whatever float y'all.
Support small business, Arian.
Arian,
I definitely do. Let me find somebody to subscribe to it.
The only thing I could see being a counter argument to this, and I do think it sounds like a more ethical way, like to do porn. If you're going to consume it, you might as well pay the people that are making it instead of paying some greasy producer that lives in Burbank.
I also don't believe anybody who says they don't watch porn. I don't believe them.
But I also think that it could become problematic if you're in like a committed relationship with somebody and you're subscribing to a bunch of OnlyFans because it is so personal. I feel like that could put your relationship in jeopardy and be like, wow, you kind of have a sexual relationship with this person on the internet.
I think we've had this debate on the show before.
Yeah.
I think with Glenny, is OnlyFans cheating? Do you consider OnlyFans
Yeah, I
cheating?
mean, a lot of weird guys on there, they'll DM the girls back and forth and whatnot. I will admit I've never written in an OnlyFans DM to somebody, but people do like DM the girls and shit.
Like
that's cheating.
If I found out that a partner that I had was DMing OnlyFans women, I would consider that cheating.
Yeah, I even think that it could be as simple as like your husband or wife subscribes to this person's OnlyFans. It seems like an intentional choice to be like, I want to get my sexual gratification from this person.
This person, not you.
As
and,
opposed
I'm
to just
willing to pay for
going
it.
to like
Pornhub.
YouPorn or Pornhub and just scrolling and be like, yep, that one. Okay, good.
Well,
that's more transactional. This one is like
It's a personal relationship.
Yeah.
And Arian, it's crazy, Arian, like in my age group, I went to college with OnlyFans models. Like I was in like class with them. It's like so widespread, which is like insane.
Wow.
You know what they should do to kind of like absolve the whole direct relationship, and they can keep, the models that they have this way and everything, but it might be nice if there was one channel that was like a compilation channel where you just
a randomizer
where you subscribe to this and then everyone who is featured on that page gets a cut of it, but it's just you're not picking somebody individually. You're picking a page, and all that money gets spread out. I don't know. I'm coming in off the street telling you how to do your business, and you know the business way more than I do.
Yeah, I mean, everyone I've talked to absolutely kills it. It's a wild seed. I mean, it's literally a gold rush.
So I texted Glenny when the first episode came out, because even though it's not a world I'm familiar with, Glenny is actually very good at interviewing these models, and it's actually a genius thing that he's doing. He's taking something that he's passionate about, that he cares about, and you're the first person to do it, and it's enlightening conversation. So good job, Glenny.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We got a lot of good episodes coming up. We got 4 interviews in the next week.
How many subscriptions do you currently have?
So I don't really know. I truly, I know people think I'm like obsessed with OnlyFans. I'm really not.
You just do. You're just the world's only OnlyFans journalist.
I'm just here for the OnlyFans, like respect.
And also,
you just like it so much that you're turning it into your job, and
I do love it,
which is a good move. Yeah.
Do you still have to pay for subscriptions, or do these?
I haven't attempted to expense them yet.
Got it. Oh, expense them.
I think I theoretically could expense them, but I haven't done that yet.
You could write it off in taxes, probably.
I probably could. Like right now, I'm subscribed to 15, but a lot of them are free.
That just reminded me. I'm going up to the 3rd floor. I'm about to have a ruckus with the finance team.
Uh-oh.
Why?
I'm going to get my money.
War mode?
Going to get my money. I'm
You gonna
fucking
rob a
sick
bank?
and tired of this fucking, oh, this doesn't count.
You should go up and rob a
fucking
bank.
broke.
What did they tell you couldn't expense?
Like tons of stuff that I should be able to expense and I haven't gotten the money back.
Like what?
Airport parking.
Okay.
They said that you couldn't expense it?
I haven't gotten the money back. I'm
Okay.
going to get my fucking money
Oh,
back.
so they didn't say you couldn't expense it. They just haven't paid it back yet.
Yeah, but it's like getting ridiculous.
Go off, King.
I'm like so pissed.
Get yours.
I'm owed like several $1,000s.
Hold out.
For overtime.
Hold out
I don't know,
account.
actually, we should probably take this off.
No.
But like that's one of the reasons why I was broke earlier, which is sort of remedied.
Sort of. Okay, so Glenny, what we're doing, I actually think that this conversation was better than doing a conspiracy theory. Do you want to just pick a number between 1 and 45?
Sure. Let's go with 38.
I wish you'd pick 17.
I was praying for him to
Can I pick 17?
Did you think about saying 17?
I'll think about saying 17 right now.
No, but it's a whole thing. Billy was saying that everyone always picks 17, that it's like a psychological thing. We've had 2 people pick 17 already.
38 is Freemasons and secret societies.
Ooh, I like Freemasons.
I don't know what Freemasons are, TBH.
I actually had a
dweebs,
a Boy Scout leader who was a Freemason, and I've actually been thinking about getting in contact with him
to ask about Freemason.
Yeah.
You should
become a Freemason.
Somebody on the list is probably a Freemason.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a Mason guy. Should we have the Mason guy on?
Yeah. You have to have your first guy on too.
Yeah, we have to have the first guy on.
You should definitely get a Freemason. I mean, when I used to go to Baruch, when I used to go to college in Lexington Avenue, I would take the 23rd Street stop on the, I believe the F train it was.
Yeah, on 6th.
Right outside 23rd and 6th is like the first Masonic lounge in New
York
City.
It is that,
right
yeah.
there, yeah, across the street from the Home Depot.
Yeah.
Before we get into this brief discussion about Freemasons, it's brought to you by our good friends at Credit Karma. Are you paying down old credit card debt? Do you have a personal loan that could be your solution that you've been thinking about getting? Well, loans usually come with fixed monthly payments, making them a simple way to help pay off your credit cards. Plus, loans usually have lower interest rates than credit cards do, and Credit Karma can help you find the best option for you. Credit Karma uses your credit data to find loan offers that are personalized to you so you can have a better idea of what loan amount you can get approved for. Credit Karma will even show you your chances of approval so you can choose between loan offers that you're more likely to get approved for and apply with more confidence. Comparing loan offers on Credit Karma is 100% free. It won't affect your credit score, and it could save you money. Credit Karma. Apply it with more confidence today. So Freemasons. We could also do a full episode on Freemasons and just like adult secret societies. I feel like Freemasons is like it's like a bunch of people that want to participate in their community that need like a fraternity almost to join, where they can do like public goods or do public service, but also there are like different qualifications that you have to meet to be accepted in the Freemasons so that they can ensure that it's a bunch of people that are either wealthy or influential in the community. So the group would then have like an outsized impact on the community as a whole. It's like a union for successful dudes. That's my interpretation. And if you go back throughout history, like if you look at how the city of Washington, D.C. was developed and the not necessarily the architecture, but the city planning with the roads, there are Freemason symbols that are buried into how things are designed. With all the circles that they have there, if you connect them, you can see like the Freemason logo. And that's not just a conspiracy. That's like a real thing that they did. And a bunch of presidents have been Freemasons. I know that.
It's interesting because I think how sort of developed was a place where secular ideas could be discussed without the risk of persecution for heresy.
Yeah.
Not hearsay. Heresy.
Yes, they could get together with other intellectuals and be like, "Hey, I think that
Jesus guy may have not been real.
Earth might not be the center of the universe," and you could say that sort of thing. Yeah, there's a bunch of like old people frats, pretty much like the Freemasons, the Moose Lodges.
Yeah, Bohemian Grove.
Kiwanis. I don't know how you pronounce it. Kiwanis.
Kiwanis.
I mean, it's crazy because I think people do sort of like a lot of these conspiracies are just sort of confirmation bias. Like, for example, I mean, this is not news, but there's a lot of people who think this whole Hank Rhea stuff is all manufactured and not real.
You think that? Usually when Billy says like a lot of people think something, it's code for I low-key believe this.
There's people who are actually we all know this is just scripted. This is like reality TV, and it's like well, like when it's actually that's very possible, but like hypothetically.
Okay.
But like it's not.
I disagree.
Like I it's not like I like see it, but like people are saying that like so it's for the same way like people might think like the Illuminati like is conducting like all these
Billy's
fake things.
Billy's 100% saying like I think that this might be.
I
scripted.
don't think it's fake. No, I'm saying that like as a recent thing, like I know it's not fake because I'm here, but there's people who aren't here who think
you're
it's
dealing
fake.
with all the other
saying,
Billies out there.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's Billy's billying me.
Yeah, you're getting billied.
Yeah.
Okay. But Freemasons.
What were we talking about? Illuminati?
Freemasons. We're talking about Freemasons. So Freemasons are a real organization. They get together, and some people think that they're like, if you watch the National Treasure movies and things like that, that they secretly control society. The Freemasons, and also they're on like the back of dollar bills. There's different Freemason symbology and stuff there. Does anybody have a dollar bill on them? The best. Go ahead.
I got a 20.
I was gonna say, if I'm not mistaken, weren't Freemasons like extremely influential in like the Enlightenment age, like, and they ushered in like reason and
sounds like some Freemason propaganda.
Stuff. That's what I remember. I could be wrong. I remember hearing about that in school.
Yeah, Billy, reach out to your Freemason.
Yeah, should we have him on?
So I'm looking at the back of a dollar bill. The pyramid is one of those things
with the eye.
With the eye, that's a Freemason thing.
That's such a National Treasure thing.
Also Illuminati.
All right, thank you for
this.
Is
the
dollar
Freemason
bill.
Illuminati, or they're different?
They might. I don't know. It's like one of those things where no one acts like you could say like, oh, they're like, you know, and if you get to the last level of Freemasonry, that's the Illuminati because you're illuminated because it comes from illuminous, which means like enlightened.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of people who are, so from what I've heard about the Masons from just like hearsay and anecdotal evidence, it's just a excuse for a bunch of dudes to get hammered.
Yeah.
But like I feel like there's actual people who take it seriously, who make their way up and might know some stuff.
Big T just gave me this look like, are we going to let him say that? And yep.
Yeah,
we are.
Yeah, just go with it.
Between hearsay and
no, you used the right hearsay that time. That was hearsay.
Anecdotal is a hard one.
Anecdotal.
Antidote is something different.
Dude, it's a hard word. Come on.
Anecdotal evidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Glenny, thank you for joining us.
This is fun. Thank you, guys.
Got a question for you before you go. If you were to walk into a bank and you just handed the bank teller a note that said, "May I please have all the money in the safe?"
Yeah.
Is that a bank robbery?
Theoretically, the teller could just say no, and then I would have robbed the bank, right?
Yeah,
so no, it's
you
not
would just
a bank
walk
robbery.
out. Yeah,
yeah, it's a bank attempt.
Yeah, worth a shot.
It's an attempt at a transaction, but theoretically, I guess that's not illegal,
it's
right?
It's an innocent question.
Can I please have the money? They say no, and I leave.
Hypothetically, if I had a gun, would you give me all the money in the bank?
Can I please have the dollars?
Yes.
No, it's not illegal.
Thank you, Glenn.
Earlier, you said give me
Thank
all
you,
the
guys.
money, which I think is a lot different than being like, hey, can I please have all of your money? I think that is legal.
It's listen, we're splitting hairs now, Coley. And if you just noticed, I just robbed Big T's bank right there.
Earlier too, I was asking like, why write it down? Like if you were truly just asking, why not just say it out loud?
I think
you don't want to scare the people in there.
Yeah.
Maybe not. If I walked in there with a huge smile, I was like, hey, can I have all the money? Like people are gonna be like, you rascal.
Yeah, well, some people have anxiety or fear of public speaking. That might be difficult for them. So
you know what's going to give people anxiety in a bank? Seeing you slide a note to the teller.
Probably. But I did rob Big T's bank. I asked him,
where is
your
$1?
Big T handed me the $1. Now it's mine. Is that a robbery, Big T?
No, I gave it to you. That's fine.
There we go. So, case in point,
you're just gonna let him take $1 and then say you gave it to him?
I don't care enough to worry about it.
So, all right, for everybody out there, if you see Big T on the street,
Big T.
If anyone asks you for $1 on the street, like I don't know, maybe like a person without a home
Absolutely
out there.
not. No, get a job.
All right. You guys want to get into voicemails?
Yep.
I would love to do voicemails. And Billy, you should contact the Freemasons.
Yeah.
So before we get into voicemails, it's brought to you by Game Time. Game Time is the official exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports.
Shout out to Game Time.
There we go. We went to the Mets game. You had a great time, didn't you, Arian?
That was so fun, dog. I had never been to Queens before. Shout out to Game Time, man. The seats was amazing, dog.
Yep. And we were sitting in front of these guys that were playing a really fun gambling type game where they brought a deck of cards with them, right? It was like 1 through 9. And then you could
1 through 10.
1 through 10, you could buy into the pot. And then depending on what card you drew out, everybody would get 2 cards, I think. Depending on what cards you drew out, that's the number of the batter in that next inning, where if they hit a home run, then that person takes all the money.
Just in the lineup. Like if you pick 2 and 7, you got the 2 and 7 hitters in both lineups.
Got it.
Regardless
so
of.
It's not like who's coming up right now. It's
correct.
Just,
and then 10 was no homer.
Yeah.
Got it.
So if there's no home runs, that guy wins. It was so fun, dog.
It was awesome.
Fun as hell.
Yeah, it was a great time. And it was all thanks to our good friends over at Game Time. They sent the entire Macrodosing crew out there, minus Coley. Sorry that you weren't here, Coley. You had like family stuff to do or whatever. They also sent us to the Rangers game, the Rangers-Caps game, 2 Fridays ago. That was a wonderful time. Didn't get the result that some of us wanted. But if you're looking to score last-minute tickets to an NHL game, NBA playoffs, the one place to go would be go to Game Time. They are exclusive ticketing partner here, and they even have NFL tickets available starting when the schedule comes out on May 12th. Get your tickets on Game Time. Use promo code MACRO. You can go to Macro or use promo code MACRO when you download the Game Time app, and you are going to get a sweet discount. It's so easy to use. Best interface in the game. Download the Game Time app. Go to the account tab to create a login and redeem code MACRO. You get $20 off your first purchase. It's $20 in your pocket. Some terms apply. Download Game Time. Last minute tickets. Lowest price guaranteed. Okay, let's do some voicemails.
Okay.
And what's the number? Sorry, I always toss that at you. We'll give you the number after this voicemail.
No, it's, hold on, 347-560-0401. Done.
There we go.
That's good. All right, ready?
Yep.
Hi, this is Patrick from Indianapolis, and saw this question on Reddit. It kind of sparked my interest. I'd be interested to see what some of you guys have to say about it. If you could say 3 words to your 16-year-old self, what would they be? It could be 3 words that go together, 3 separate words, whatever. But just, yeah, like I said, interested to see what you guys think about this. So thank you. Stay beautiful, stay handsome. Bye.
3 words to your 16-year-old self.
I got it.
What would you say?
Do not marry.
Oh.
Not in general, right? Because actually my views are starting to change on this, but just the one that I married.
So how would you know if that's the one though? Like I feel like every woman you date, you would be like, wait, this is what future me told me about.
Yeah. Well, then I feel like, this would be tough. Yeah. Well, I'll just have to live with it then. I'm okay with that.
You'd have to say like no, whatever her name was.
I'm cool with that. Yeah, let's do that. No, what her name was.
How many words do we have?
3 words.
My nigga. So I knew it was me.
Plastics.
Rehab the shoulder.
Did you not? You didn't do an adequate job rehabbing?
I just had a bum shoulder, and it just kept on building up and building up.
So you wouldn't say switch to receiver?
No. I used to throw the ball like 70 yards.
Yeah.
Like I had a gun, but then like I lost so much velocity.
Okay, Uncle Rico.
No, I have tape. I have tape.
Live look at Billy's gun, and it's just the knife gun.
Like honestly, do HGH.
Do HGH.
Like, oh man.
Billy, have you ever shown Arian your high school highlight?
No, I haven't.
Send that to the
Send Arian your huddle.
Yeah.
I want to get Arian's reaction from this right off the bat.
Send it to me. I got a homeboy who coaches for a major university. I ain't gonna say who, but every now and then he'll send me recruits, and he'll be like, "All right, if you had to choose between this dude and this dude, like what would you choose?" So like I'll be breaking down film with high school kids sometimes.
You're making recruiting decisions for, is this like a Power 5 school?
No, I'm not making recruiting decisions.
But input.
He understands that my input is valuable because of my expertise in the field.
Yeah, the way that Big T asked that question
Well,
was like,
no. It makes
sense. He's like, wait,
okay, no, you're mischaracterized. No, this is what Democrats do. It's very obviously
you think
Arian.
You know more about college recruiting and football than I do.
No,
that's what Big T.
No, you're being stupid. You're being stupid. Obviously, Arian has valuable input about players playing football. It's just weird that a coach would be. I just didn't think that they would be.
Okay. This is a position coach, right? It's a position coach who has a position, right? And he understands that my expertise in a couple of different positions. I don't make the decision. He says, okay, out of this guy, I have to choose between these two guys. Out of this guy and this guy, who would you choose and why?
It makes sense.
I would say this guy, I have a little more upside for college ball. This dude, I feel like he was hiding behind his line. We talk football.
It's just something I hadn't heard of happening.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it should happen more because of what happens a lot in college football is them cats have egos and they just think they know it all and they seen it all. And it's the same thing with scouting in the NFL. It's like you think you know. That's why a lot of cats go unnoticed. It was like, how did you go undrafted? Because they know what the fuck they looking at. That's why.
Yeah, I feel like Arian, just having played the game for so long at a high level, you're able to just kind of tell. Like,
but also it's, I mean, you can, but see, and it's not. Everybody can do that. Not everybody has an eye for that. This is what I noticed. A lot of cats that play ball are just good at playing ball, and they don't know why they're good. They don't know why they're doing what they're doing. You should tell me to play, and I'm gonna go. There's a lot of cats like that. But some people who analyze the game in a very different way have an eye for certain shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Big T, what would you tell your 16-year-old self?
Buy Bitcoin.
Stick with Georgia.
Knew someone was gonna say that.
Buy Bitcoin.
Yeah, I just looked up. It started at $13 in 2013. So. Being a pretty
What's it at now? It's like what, 38 or some shit like that?
32. It's taken a dive today, but it's gotten as high as what, like 70?
It was like 60. I thought it was like 67.
So yeah, it'd be in a pretty good spot.
That'd be a nice little. Yeah. Why not buy Apple?
Sell it.
You're probably too young for that. Yeah.
I think the return on Bitcoin is way more than if you bought.
Oh, infinitely.
Dude, there's some kids in middle school.
I mean, if you bought at $13, if you bought even just 20.
Yeah.
And sold at 50, you'd have $1 million.
There's these dudes in middle school who would mine Bitcoin through these sites, and like they probably made, like, this was back in 2011, and they were always using the school computers to mine this stuff, and they were like the super nerds. And I was just like, yo, dudes, what are you doing? Because I'd always be staying late before I had to go to practice because my middle school didn't have a football team. So I'd see them doing this stuff. And like, I've hit them up recently being like, yo, do you guys still got the Bitcoin? And they're like, yeah, man, like it's going crazy. Like their parents, some of their parents like took it away from them because it became such a big asset. But it's just nuts.
That would suck.
Billy, you're throwing behind a lot of these receivers.
That was a back shoulder pass.
No, it wasn't.
There is a sick highlight where
you're beasting in these.
Billy just runs over, dude. It's like
every
time I watch
highlight,
it, I'm like, this poor kid.
Let me check this out.
Yeah, let's get Arian's live reaction to it.
I told that kid. I literally told that kid to hold my dick after the play.
Unsurprising.
It was during the Marshawn Lynch
cut that.
days.
Arian, when you start it, just say you started so people can watch along with you. Reaction wise, I'll post a link.
Oh, are we posting a link to the? I mean, honestly,
Billy, you're a run fast white quarterback.
There's 27,000 views.
Yeah, you know what? It's out there. I'll probably just post it. I never wanted to post it.
Yeah, so yeah, Arian, tell us when you're going, and we'll all start at the same time, and then we'll make a YouTube clip of this if we can.
All right, there's an ad. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, why don't I get any fucking money for that?
Good point. There should be an OnlyFans for high school kids, but just in sports.
That would go so poorly.
All right.
Can you imagine the first recruit who tells coaches, like, if you want to watch my tape, you have to subscribe to my OnlyFans?
Or what if?
Hold on. This thing right here, is this like a digital person? Like, why wouldn't they just put a picture of you? I don't understand how
That's
this
me.
website works or whatever. Oh, this is you.
Yeah.
You just look like a video game character.
Because
you definitely do. All right, here I go. I'm starting in 3, 2.
Billy looks like an
1.
NPC.
Play. Class of 2017 senior highlights. Let's get it, dog.
Let the bodies
You gonna tell us?
Let the
Yeah, right.
Let the bodies.
7-0 2016 MIFL champs.
The MILF champs.
Yeah, that was sick.
Okay, nice
Won
nice
the
picture
MILFs.
to reel me in. Nice foot presence in the pocket. I like it. That's nice. That's a nice pass.
Yeah,
it looked like a bad snap too. It was a low snap.
Bad job by the safety. Or I guess that was a
It looked like did that win the game? Yeah,
Yeah.
They're distraught.
Yeah.
Like
Fucking was killing dudes.
Nickelback had
Okay.
really bad hips on that one.
Nice run. You caught your mans who jumped on you in the end zone.
Yeah.
That's why Billy thinks that he's
Shout out
an offensive
Javon.
lineman. That was a very O-line type celebration by Billy. Good footwork, Billy. You're quick.
Are you playing against third graders? Wow, these kids
There
so
was some
small.
there we played some scrap teams but we played some decent guys.
You only played 7 games?
We had
You have good.
we had teams cancel on
movement in the
us.
pocket.
So the
High school?
run that Billy had was electric.
Yeah, it's so funny.
The guy jumped on Billy's chest, and
Nice.
Billy tackled the other guy into the end zone.
We were that was one of those things where it was a really frustrating game because I threw a pick in the first half.
throw.
The front of the end zone.
Yeah, the front of the end zone jump. Set your feet. Set your feet. Can't get away with that too much.
Yeah.
Billy was tough to bring down. He was a hoss. Now on this one run, it looks like you're about to just run. You're about to do a Forrest Gump and just run all the way out of the back of the end zone, and just not stop.
Oh, that was hype. I remember that one. That was the first play of the game.
That does.
The
look
first
hype.
drive of the game, and we were coming out hot.
A little stiff. You're a little stiff.
Yeah, I could have used a little yoga. Try to convince 16-year-old me to do yoga.
You've got a nice quick release.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, and this is the problem with watching highlights is these are all your wins, right?
Yeah. No, I mean 100%. It was all the good stuff.
They have you rolling out a lot to the left in this, and then throwing with your right hand. It seems like
Yeah, that was a you underthrew him right there.
inefficient play calling. They should
Yeah,
have you
but that was
cut the field in half to your right.
no, but that play, the backside post, is that the player? I'd roll out
Yeah.
left.
No, my man was alone. It was it looked like
A wide open guy. That
I couldn't see the route. I was looking at
Yeah.
your feet.
Yeah, not bad, Billy.
I feel like you could step into your throws a little bit.
I
more.
know. There was a lot of technical. Like if I could go back, like honestly, if I have a son, there's so many mistakes I made that I'm going to make sure he doesn't make.
That you're going to make him
And
correct.
you don't.
7 paralyzed.
You get in the habit of not setting your feet too.
Yeah.
Fourth down, not even thinking about throwing. Doesn't trust his arm.
At all.
Cut back. Whoop.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Did it ever take you 12 steps to cut back, Arian?
I I think
We played on grass.
so. Would you say you were inaccurate? Like you had a problem with inaccuracy?
No.
Just being honest. Really?
I had a problem. Probably. It's just the thing
'Cause
was I love.
You're really consistent about not setting your feet. Like
I know.
that's a recipe for disaster as a quarterback.
Yeah,
you gotta set your feet.
You're not stepping into your throw. You're like throwing off your front foot.
I had
That's what I was-
some. I needed to work on I basically need to just drill specific mechanics
Yeah.
way more.
Yeah.
I was the thing was also I love my offensive lineman.
No.
We ain't gonna do that here.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm saying that we played in a lot of bad weather, being in the Northeast, and like the snaps would sometimes because it was so wet everywhere. And also I was
we're gonna pretend you didn't say that. We're gonna pretend you didn't say that. Sorry.
No, but I mean you could see in a lot of. I mean it's just it was. I don't
That's a
know.
nice throw. I think overall, you're really heavy on your feet too. Like you could use like a lot of like jump rope to get you lighter on your feet. A lot of footwork. Your pocket presence is pretty good. You don't step into your throws and you don't set your feet.
Yeah.
But overall, I feel like you could have been a solid quarterback if you had the right.
I'll tell you the full story about what happened, but it's nice.
I love these drops that you've included. Like I made a good throw. This fuckface dropped it. That's not on me.
Did you kid tell they were drops?
Yeah, because they would have been touchdowns had they been caught, and you wouldn't have cut it short. So I think that's very funny.
No, dude.
How many stars were you?
I had no stars.
Oh, sorry.
Like there's
same.
How many stars did you have, Arian?
I was 3-star.
Nice. Big T, did you have I want to see some of your
It was bullshit
highlights.
though. It was bullshit.
I don't even know that I have any.
I just love to see like your pass set.
Play defense, brother.
Oh, you didn't play offensive. For some reason, I thought you played offensive line.
Menacing bear like this, you got to get him D tackle.
I want to see your stance.
What position you play, Big T?
I played defensive tackle, and then I actually got moved to. Well, I did play offense. Kind of. I played tight end for a little bit because I would go out before. I was always one of the first guys dressed, and so I'd be out for practice early, and I'd just play catch with our DBs coach, and he was like, "You can like catch pretty well," and they moved me to tight end, but then we switched from a wing tee to a spread offense, and I was like, well, this is not for me.
Tempo, big tempo.
Yeah, that I did not look right out there as a slot receiver. So
big tempo off.
Are you talking about a mismatch?
Yeah, no shit.
Did you use the spat? Bro, please tell me you got like some kind of pictures of you in your game uniform.
I'll see if I do. I'm currently looking up the other running backs that were ahead of you in 2004.
I think I can.
Oh,
name a lot of them.
So I know who this guy is. I think
Marshawn Lynch was one. Adrian Peterson was one. I think those are the only ones that were like notable. Everybody else kind of fills it out. Oh, like Jonathan Stewart.
Oh, okay. You're listed as an all-purpose back. Let me look at just running backs.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how to.
I believe number 22.
So you're the 14 all-purpose back. The guys ahead of you that I've heard of are Cedric Pierman and Mike Hart.
Oh, did they do some back scrubbing on the internet? I was not number 14 coming out, dog. Hell no. Is this Rivals?
24/7.
Oh, I don't remember this different. No, I was not rated that high, dog. Hell no.
Number 524 overall.
I would love if they did some back scrubbing, but they only still moved you up 8.
I think they did, bro. I remember vividly. I was like 21, 22, bro. Like, because I mean, as a kid, like you just that's all I used to read the internet.
You're 22nd on Rivals.
That's okay. Okay, maybe it's a different site then. Okay, I'm with that. Yeah.
School interest: Tennessee, North Carolina, Oregon State, West Virginia.
Yeah.
How was your visit to North Carolina on January 9th, 2004?
Sounds real lawful. That was a lawful question. It sounded like it was cool. That was actually one of my first visits to the South. I stayed in the summer in Tallahassee, but I was really just training with my dad, so I didn't really visit anywhere. My first time in the South was just wild. It's just a weird experience because it's just different. It's just different.
Was there anything about the uniforms when you saw it? Like, did they give you like a Foster jersey or do anything special for you on campus? And you're like, that uniform looks awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Because North Carolina was my favorite college basketball team growing up. And so I was absolutely going to go there. Like, I just didn't like the visit. It just felt really like Poindextery. Like it didn't give me like it felt like family. It didn't give me them kind of vibes, right?
Was Butch Davis their coach?
I couldn't even tell you, bro. I don't even know.
Yeah, North Carolina. The only downside is it can seem a little preppy sometimes.
That's just what I got. That's the feel I got. And I was trying to so they give you hosts, right? They give you hosts. So like somebody will take you to, show you campus, show you the sometimes they'll even take you to parties, whatever the case may be. There was a shorty that was there. And I spent the whole time trying to get her the entire host.
And did it work?
It didn't work.
That's why you didn't go there.
There's the
One of them did work in Tennessee, but it wasn't one of the hosts.
Yeah,
it was one of the.
There you go.
Dude,
That's why I went to Tennessee.
Yeah,
there's a direct like coaches have talked. I've heard coaches in like
Rick Pitino. This is how he got recruits. Like this is a known thing.
There's a direct correlation to if your recruit gets laid on the visit and them coming.
I'm sure there is. It's just like
Yeah,
dealing
there
with
is.
18-year-old guys. That's
the percentage
much how we
has to
think.
be high. That has to be high. Yeah.
By the way, their head coach was a guy named John Bunting. I've never heard of him.
John Bunting. That was it. Yeah, I remember him now. Yeah.
reason
Damn,
to
that's
stick around.
Butch
Oh,
Davis
that-
came in 2007.
Man, it was such a weird time, man, because like people don't talk about it, this aspect of it. Like you're literally making it, and then it's like, woe is you, because you get a scholarship. It's like you're literally making a decision about your life, and you're just not well equipped enough to understand how to do that, like what to do that. So like I remember like crying to my dad, like I don't know what to do, like because like you'll have like grown. This is what bothers me about the recruiting process. Is like there's a grown ass man like pressuring you to make a decision, like you got to make a decision, and you're like, bruh, I don't know, and you're just like it's very taxing emotionally. I didn't know what to do, and my dad was like, he was a really good father in that aspect.
All right, well,
Yeah, ended up choosing where
it's
I slept with
approximately 300 degrees inside the studio right now.
Oh, I thought it was
so
just hungover.
let's save the rest of the voicemails for nanodosing.
Yeah, I'm so hot.
It's so hot in here. I got to have a word with Pete. It's ridiculous how hot it's become.
You know what's crazy is I'm in a nice air conditioned place. It's actually cold. My feet are kind of cold
God
right
damn it! Shut up, Arian. It's miserable.
It's
in
been
here.
like a slow burn.
Yeah. So we'll get to the rest of the voicemails on nanodosing, which will come out on Thursday, wherever you can find your podcasts. Thank you for listening to another episode of Macrodosing. And we have a very special guest on Monday.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait. We're going to wait. Tell you what. We'll announce it on nanodosing. How's that? We'll announce who the guest is going to be on nanodosing.
Should we get him on for nanodosing?
He's going to be on next Monday.
Oh, I thought. Sorry.
We're going to interview him next Monday, and he will be on Tuesday's
To
show.
preview the show he's gonna be on. Let's fucking do it.
Wait, what are we gonna? Should I have the dude come on?
Yeah, your guy will be on Wednesday.
So this Wednesday.
Yeah, let him know.
Let me hit up the dude.
The Freemason guy?
No, this other dude.
All right. I'm going to let it just, Billy, you do your Billy's list thing.
Let it simmer.
Yeah.
Do your due diligence.
All right. Well, we will see you guys on Thursday for nanodosing. Also, I'm going to be doing a Ghost of Manhattan stream, another one on Wednesday, another special mission. I killed Putin last week. I shot his plane down over the Black Sea. I then landed the plane perfectly, and then after I landed on taxiing, I killed myself by accident again. So still working out some of the kinks there, but we've got an exciting mission coming up, so please stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys there, and we will see you guys on Thursday. Love you guys.